Ladies and gentlemen, that's our cue. Welcome to Sweaterman and Frankie.
My name is Megaphone Frankie Sisto, alongside the one, the only Mohawk Mike. If you know who we are, then you know why we're here. It's time for Windjammers Top 8 at Frosty Faustings Online, pardon me. I have to say, first, let's give it up for Junior and Retro Station. We had a lot of action today. Those two commentators killed it. And the best part is, we're still only just getting started. Mohawk, I miss you. I'm happy to see you. Give us some love, brother. Let's do this.
I am so thrilled to be here with you guys. Every year at Frosty's, Windjammers has just grown exponentially. And why should this year be any different? I'm rocking the ugly sweater. I've got the Mohawk on full blast. And I'm here doing commentary, part of commentary for Top 8 with my boy, Frankie. Frankie, you had a heck of a showing in the bracket. What did you think of competing online versus actually being there locally?
Let me tell you, local is always preferable. There's nothing like being right next to the person. There's one reason why the FGC is the fighting game community, and that community is something that's integral to the entire experience. And being next to those people, being at these events, and feeling the energy, there's nothing like it in the world, and that is something that is sorely missed in these times. And of course, when you're online, you have to deal with input delay and what have you. And so look, yes, I did have a good showing. I didn't go out where I wanted to go out. I didn't get as far as I wanted to get. But the fact that I got past Comeback 386, that is huge to me. But still, it's online. We have to see what happens when we're able to see each other in person again. So I'm happy with it. But the best is yet to come. I can tell you that. I mean that more than just the tournament today. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I know that we've had communication behind the scenes, and we've talked about it before. Like, obviously, an absolutely huge fan of Windjammers. I absolutely love the game. I love this community. I have been against online tournaments basically since the whole conversation even started. I'm like, this game relies so heavily on reactions. It's just completely different when you're playing in person. But my perception has been completely changed with the advancements in Fight K2. And not just that, but all of the logistics and the team behind the scenes here that have put this entire event on. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And again, like I feel like a fire. Like, it's been reignited inside of me. I absolutely love taking part in this.
I'm really happy you say that, because as I'm sure we all know, oh, wait, we're starting right away. Fireball versus
we got it.
Let's get into it. But yeah, it is funny that you say that, man, because look, a lot of people prefer offline, but thanks to the advancements of Fight K2, it has allowed us to continue running tournaments. And even though PlayStation 4 and Switch are the official releases, always support the official release, we needed the spectator mode, and the improvements in netcode and such with Fight K2 has really helped us a lot. I mean, we got 74 people today, brother. That says a lot. And I'll tell you what else.
We're seeing all of the main names, all the big top players that you would normally see at an in-person event. So we're jumping here. This is Top 8. We have Fireball versus Santa with Muscles. Both K-Vessel on beach, bringing it to each other.
And that's one of the reasons why this bracket is so stacked. It really is a who's who. We've had two-time champion Sandman, Santa with Muscles, Best Jammer NA, as well as Jordy and Crypt Kitty, as well as Tan Guy coming out to play. Tan Guy is one we haven't seen in a while, one of the Delaware elites. It has had a lot of experience playing with Fireball, but we haven't seen him during the Fight Kate era because he shares a house with Crypt Kitty and Santa with Muscles. So Santa with Muscles being number one is usually the one we see. And we're seeing the reasons why against Fireball right now. Fireball's actually up a set. So this is definitely one heck of a match.
Super close, and not just that, this is not only, this is more of a testing out system. You know, these guys do play online pretty regularly. We see Santa with Muscles there as gets in the early score here of this second round. That went to time. That first game of this first set went to time. Fireball with the slight advantage. Santa with Muscles now is going to be fighting uphill. It's like he's running in sand. No pun intended, but Fireball is bringing the heat, and these guys are going back and forth. There is no stopping this.
And another thing that it's funny you say, because I remember Retro Station touched upon this earlier in the stream. When you get to high-level Windjammers, seeing timeouts is not uncommon. In fact, it is more common at the highest level than seeing a game be resolved with a score. So by getting the 12 points. So this is the first of many timeouts you're going to see. I mean, there are only 32 seconds left right now, and they're only halfway to 12 points at best. So look at that little volley. Now, see, there's the best offense is a good defense in this game. And we're seeing that in action right here. Ooh, there we go. 3 points by Santa with Muscles. Gives him a commanding lead with 15 seconds. Fireball's got to think of something. He's got to score twice in order to come back. At least twice.
The thing I really want to notate there, Fireball, as soon as they got below 20 seconds, Fireball just crashed the net. Wanted to make sure that he could apply that pressure and really get onto Santa with Muscles, trying to get all of those shots back. Really didn't rely so much on super shots. Again, just applying that pressure, crashing the net, trying to get any score that he could to try and win it. But now we're 1-1 in this first game.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Big five.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Santa with Muscles putting in that work.
All right, sorry about that. So now, all right, sorry, just got thrown off. But either way, Santa with Muscles with less than a minute left in the set, he's up 5-0. If Fireball can get a 5 past him, you know, that might force a sudden death. Oftentimes, one score is all it takes. Ooh, nice defense by Fireball, making sure to reset to neutral. Even though he's cheating the net a lot, he's resetting to neutral to make sure he has dominion over his side of the field. Unfortunately, not enough as Santa sneaks that three-pointer by. This is not where Fireball wants to be. But against Santa with Muscles, it's very rare that we find an American player that is able to come back from this situation against Santa with Muscles.
Yeah, this has already been a super tough match, and this is one of those things. I think Fireball, especially playing online, you're sitting at home in the comfort of your home. Normally, if you were playing live in person, you'd have the crowd behind you. You just need to take a moment. You know that this first match is just the first set in this series. Take a moment, take a breather, sit back, and now the important thing here is the ball is in Fireball's court. Where is he going to take it to? We just played beach. Oh, he's going, he's locking it immediately to Clay.
Play. No hesitation. That's, oh boy, this is going to be wacky. This is going to be wacky. Now the thing is, Fireball is one of the OGs. He's he's the one who founded the Jam the Win Discord, where we all meet up on Wednesdays for Windjammers Wednesdays. It is the unofficial fan Discord of Windjammers, you know, our general meeting place. So Fireball has been around here since the dawn of the Fightcade era, before PS4, before the Switch. Yeah, I guess you could say Fireball's a day oneer. So oftentimes with these tournaments, he'll roll a dice to determine what character he plays and what stage he plays. Could Clay have been chosen by the die? But even if it is, it's he's doing all right. A third of the way through the round, and he just scored 3 points. This is good for Fireball.
There's he rolled the dice and win here, but at the same time, we think about it, we just saw the K-Vessel mirror match on beach. We're now here on clay, and those bumpers coming in big. We see quick scores coming out from both players here. Look at this net crash! Are you kidding me? Both of the biggest bodies in the game are standing toe-to-toe. Hey! And we get Santa with Muscles again scoring. This is going so fast and frantic. 30 seconds left on the clock, though. I don't know if this will go to a timeout. Oh, Fireball dashes back and catches that one. These are the slowest characters in this game. How are these guys doing this?
because K Vessel has the longest dash, and with that 3-point from Fireball, oh, that's a shame. I thought we were going to get a draw, but anything can happen. It's in the air. There's the Vessel Super, no reflection. Santa with Muscles scores with 7 seconds to spare. 6-12. If he gets another one of them, that would not be good for Fireball, I'll tell you that.
I love the fact that Fireball hasn't changed his strategy here. You can see he's crashing the net. You can see Santa with Muscles. Again, we're going to play net, boy. We're going to play net. And 3 comes out for Fireball. Again, applying this pressure. Slow characters, large stage, bumpers in the center. Fireball knows exactly what he needs to do to get into Santa's head. It's just not working right now. We're going to see the super... Oh, no, the bumper block. The bumpers give it, and the bumpers take it away. That's what happens when you play on bumpers.
Always thank your bumpers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, one thing I definitely want to mention, wow, notice how Santa with Muscles lobbed right there. We saw Fireball hold on to the Frisbee for a second, which usually is a telltale sign of that someone's going to fire a lob. Instead, he fired a slow curve shot. Good mix up there. Santa went for the lob, and that worked out for him. He's now ahead, 5-3. If he can hold on to this. Oh, and it goes up into the air again, off the bumpers. The bumpers give it, and the bumpers take it away.
See that? Yep. So many bumper stalls out here from Fireball, just trying to squeak that area in between both of the bumpers, getting these shots out, getting everything that he needs to. Oh, Santa with Muscles, that's so smart. Like you said, he's changing up, going with the lob, trying to slow down the pace of this game. 18 seconds left in this round. Oh my God, it's a quick score! Fireball up 1 point, 15 seconds left on the clock. What is going to happen?
Thank your bumpers. Always thank your bumpers. Nice reflection by Fireball. So that's a
Fireball
big 5.
With authority.
No! It was too little too late. Unfortunately, Fireball was ahead, and I think he knew that, which is why he did it. That was a guaranteed win for Fireball. Mathematically impossible for Santa with Muscles to come back in that set. But it's tied 1-1 in game number 2. Commentator's curse, Fireball just scores a 3 at the best possible time. It's really cheating the net. Fireball being very bold. Very bold. We've seen how often... And there it is.
That's the dichotomy of playing so close to the net. Any quick shot, any super shot can get right by you. And again, sometimes just throwing directly straight is enough to throw off your opponent. No curve shots, no bouncing off the wall or bumpers. And that's enough that it takes Fireball holding. Oh no, these guys, look at, they're so close to the net. Double Fireball makes it across the stage, able to get that recovery shot, and he's trying to put everything he can past Santa with Muscles, who definitely has the momentum here. But these guys are fighting tooth and nail. Next score might prove detrimental. 3-3, 40 seconds left. Fireball is going to take it 6-3. Now can he hold on to...
Oh my God!
Just like that, you have a volley that takes 20 seconds off the clock, and just like that, in less than 6 seconds, we score, tie back up. No, and another 5 comes out. Santa with Muscles, Fireball. Come on, I'm going to give you all the energy I've got here. He's crashing the net. He's trying to put anything he can past Santa, but Santa is just that steadfast player. Both these guys lobbing back and forth, whatever they can do. 10 seconds left. Frankie, what's happening here?
Fireball needs that big 5. That's what's happening here. If he doesn't get it, he can't get that sudden death, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So he just lets that one pass him. That is 6-14. And now that this is top 8, I believe, yeah, all right, so that's top 8. So that is done. So it's 2 out of 3 until we reach finals, which is, winners, losers, grands. So, but that was, despite the score, Santa with Muscles took that 2-0. Despite that score, Fireball, if he just made one different move in each set, I really think that we would have seen a completely different game, to say the least, because it was usually a tie. All it took was one score for Santa with Muscles to pull ahead. I really thought we were going to see a sudden death in that last game. But, as you can see with our bracket, Santa with Muscles will move forward. And we have another match hot and fresh out the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. Jordy versus, oh no, Jordy versus Crypt Kitty is
Jordy
next.
versus Crypt Kitty.
Well, let me tell you something, all right? We have, the French players have a say, all right? When there's an intense rivalry between two players, it is called Le Passif, all right? Now, this is definitely Le Passif here. Jordy versus Santa is a rivalry. Crypt Kitty versus Santa. Jordy versus Crypt Kitty, of course, is another one. Both players use Jordy Costa. It is always a mirror matchup when these two come up against each other, and therefore the two players know the character inside and out. These two are constantly vying for number 2. Crypt Kitty, former best jammer NA, until we witness the rise of Santa with Muscles, and Santa with Muscles has really held on to that. Jordy has never been in that number 1 spot, but he has since eclipsed Crypt Kitty as the definitive number 2. Will history repeat itself here, or will Crypt Kitty get that number 2 spot back for the time being?
I'm going to share with you a little bit of inside information, Frankie. I know how a lot of times, brackets kind of play out, maybe not in your favor. It's not necessarily an excuse. Like you had, for instance, for Frosty Faustings Online, you had to play Comeback, who is, again, a rival of yours very early in the bracket.
Yep.
Jordy was my second opponent in my Frosty Faustings bracket, and I have to tell you, I felt so nervous. I have never beaten this man in person. I wasn't sure if I was going to beat him online. His hook shots and his curves were so on point, I literally was shaking after the match. I could not believe how well he plays online in that transition from being an excellent in-person event player, handling all those tough situations, to coming to playing online. And right now, him and Crypt Kitty, we've kind of got a stall out. Again, we've got the mirror match. We're on beach. These guys were almost halfway through this first match. Or no, actually no, Jordy's up 1 already.
Oh yeah, he's up a set. Wow. Now it's crazy you say that. Unfortunately, my sincerest condolences, like you. It has to be somebody who's led to the slaughter, unfortunately. But just no one throws curves no one throws curves like Jordy does. Pun intended. But Jordy, regardless of the stage he's on, his defense is rock solid. He knows the inputs he has to put in. I mean, obviously, Crypt Kitty does as well, but there's something about Jordy's curves. It's just that are just a cut above almost everybody else's. I can't even just how consistent they are. He was the first one I saw go coast to coast, from one corner of the stage to the other with a Costa curve. It's just... Jordy once quadruple perfected me. I witnessed him sextuple perfect the Grand Web at DreamHack Dallas back in 2019. Jordy is scary, and we're seeing that right here. He's making mincemeat out of Crypt Kitty.
What I think one of the biggest tellings of this matchup is you just saw that last match. Even though Jordy goes up 1-0, that last match actually ended in a tie. It went all the way to time, and because both opponents got their point for winning the round, Jordy was already up 1-1, one point, and took that round. Now, more importantly, we went 70 seconds before we saw a score in that last game. 70 seconds! That is telling of how well the defense is on Jordy's end, but also Crypt Kitty as well. He's sliding around all over these stages, trying to just do everything he can to create angles to get around Jordy. And these guys might just happen to stall out for a little bit. Hopefully more quick scores will come out for Crypt Kitty, and we see now we're going to have bumpers. This could play more in the advantage, but again, Jordy's curves could be so nasty. We're getting lobs out from Crypt Kitty. Oh no, and the 3 up for Jordy. Jordy now at this point, it's not a matter of scoring, it's just holding on to that lead. He doesn't have to play aggressive. He can hang back in the back of that court and throw all these crazy shots. Oh no, and a 5 comes out for Jordy. Crypt Kitty is going to have to maybe change a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what he can do now. He's got a huge mountain to climb here. Oh, and a quick 3, that'll help out.
Commentator's curse. If he can get another 5, he can tie this up and get back in this game. Unfortunately, Jordy a step ahead with a 3-pointer, sending Crypt Kitty skidding into the goal. How unfortunate. Now, it's we've seen Sandman in this bracket, and that's a set for Jordy, unfortunately for Crypt Kitty. but it's just a testament to advice that Sandman gave me years ago at this point. Windjammers is a defensive game. Don't focus on scoring. Focus only on catching the frisbee. Your opponent's going to mess up eventually, and we're seeing that here. Crypt Kitty is making a lot more mistakes than Jordy, and of course, the bumpers being on Jordy's side are not helping either, but there's that coaster curve. Crypt Kitty taking a page out of Jordy's book with a big 5, tying this up, but our man needs more than a tie if he's going to stay in the winner's side of this bracket. Nice.
We'll see if Crypt, oh, there it is!
Gets it. That is cash money. 5 points, but he needs to hold on to that lead for another minute, or better yet, he's got to score again. But Jordy, he's not going to let that happen easily. Going for the lob. I like that move by Crypt Kitty. It forces Jordy back into the goal area. And there is the coaster curve, 11-10. Next score is going to win. For Jordy, it will win the match. For Crypt Kitty, it will give him a second lease on life. What's going to happen? Where's it going to go? Thank your bumpers.
Oh.
Crypt Kitty.
By the will of the bumper gods, Crypt Kitty is still in this matchup. If he can take this next game of this set, he will continue his path on winner side top 8. Jordy, though, is such a defensive machine, and we see all of these angles that are coming out. Crypt Kitty, again, 5s on the side, bumpers. He's doing everything he can, lobs, everything to try and get Jordy out of position. What is it going to take for him to win this game? Oh, and Jordy there. Again, the curves are so vicious coming out.
I gotta say, man, it's just... Oh, man, this is a good match. This is a really good match. There's really nothing more to say. These are two players at the top of their game. Jordy, 1 step ahead. Crypt Kitty now needs to score twice. But he has a minute to do it. He gets that big 5. Woo!
Forgiveth yet again for Crypt Kitty. I can't believe somebody clipped that. I want to see that again. I want to be able to replay that. I want to see the angle that Crypt Kitty used to get those double bumpers. Oh, we got returning supers back and forth again. Look at Crypt Kitty attacking that upper left-hand corner. Oh, no. A 3 comes up for Jordy. But again, Crypt Kitty. Oh, yes, a quick 3. He's only down by 10.
Not to
see
be
a lob. Let's see a lob, Crypt Kitty. I want to see you get those 2 points and win by 1. 20 seconds left.
That's what he needs. A lob might be just what the doctor ordered. But any score will do, because whoever scores is going to win. But right now, it's Jordy. He's got 1 more shot. Ooh, Jordy not going for the lob, and that is match for Jordy. Crypt Kitty is in losers. Woo! Oh, man, that was nuts. Talk about fast-paced action, man. That was...
I have to give a lot of love to Jordy. He did not stall out there during that last match. He didn't really stall out a lot of his matches. He kept throwing the disc back, giving Crypt Kitty the opportunity to at least some kind of offense, some kind of score. He could have just held the disc. The disc will not throw. The disc will auto-throw. And the fact that Jordy is here to prove that he is a fighting player. It is not a matter of just beating him. He's going to give you the chance. He's throwing the disc to you and saying, can you beat me? The confidence of this man.
That is very Jordy. He's just, when you see him in bracket, when you're sitting next to him, the man has the face of a killer. He's stone-faced, completely focused on the matter at hand. Like, it's very intimidating. I'm not going to lie. But right now, we see Crypt Kitty and Fireball being sent to losers' quarters. But first, we have 2 more matches hot and fresh out the kitchen. Sandman versus Warp Whistle and Trickstar 101, Matlock Holmes as we also know him, versus Southpaw Rock. These matches are going to be... oh man, I'm looking forward to both of them. These are both easily top 10 caliber players in the entirety of North America. Warp Whistle is a player on the rise. Sandman, reigning, defending, 2-time Frosty Faustings champion. Southpaw Rock, a player from California on the rise against Matlock Holmes, a perennial top 10er, Windjammers Wednesdays regular. This is going to be good. Sandman versus Warp Whistle. Let's get it on.
Who would have ever guessed? If I had put in my Twitch bucks on the line ahead of this top 8, I would not have guessed that Sandman would have been in losers, but he has a mountain to climb now, especially with Warp Whistle. Like you said, he's been showing up, proving himself as a player, growing. And look at this. We're starting out on Beach once again, and we got the G Scott coming out from Warp Whistle representing America, and there it is!
USA!
3 for Warp Whistle. USA power behind this man. Oh, Sandman returns with a quick 3 as well. Sandman, I know you are on fire right now. If you guys have ever seen this man play on stage, go back and watch the VODs of Frosty Faustings from the last 2 years. This man, 2 years ago, was in top 8 for Soul Calibur 6. While he was also playing in Windjammers, went back and forth. The mindset, the dexterity that it takes to go from one game playing high caliber to another like that is second to none. Sandman cannot be underrated. And again, another 3 there. Warp Whistle, 30 seconds left in this match. I really want to see him plow it in here. Let's see, he's got that shot. Oh no, not enough. Not enough knockback potential there on Sandman playing K-Vessel. We have the 2 beefiest dudes in all of Windjammers playing on the beach. It's like some weird fan fiction version of Top Gun, and Super's coming back. Hey, not enough though. 8 seconds left. Warp Whistle, you've got to score anything in there. At least Ty can get a 3. Just not
homoeroticism
enough.
is real, man. So I need to say this because Warp Whistle, I definitely think he might very well be the best G Scott in all of North America. G Scott is often regarded as being the worst character in the game, and even Austin Creed, who was a perennial G Scott main, dropped G Scott and went to K Vessel. But Warp Whistle, as someone has mentioned before, he's been around since EVO 2018. He beat me right then and there, and he's only improved by leaps and bounds since then. He's also responsible for the success of Club Soda, Genesis Windjammers champion of last year. So, Arizona's favorite son. But G. Scott has been working wonders for Warp Whistle. He's not giving him up. And we're seeing right now, even though Fireball's ahead 1-0, Warp Whistle's still hanging with him. But that 5-pointer is going to make it a lot harder for Warp Whistle to continue to hang. There we go. As he gets a 3.
Neither one of these players can be really underrated right now. And again, they're fighting for their tournament life. Both of these players. And Warp Whistle, there we go. Bringing this set count back 1-1. This match could go either way. But Frankie, I want to touch on something that you just mentioned there. The fact that Windjammers is such an old game, we can chronicle all of the progress, the growth the community's seen, all these prolific events. And one of the things I specifically want to mention is Genesis 6. A lot of these players now that we're seeing, that was the first time they actually touched the game. That was such a huge, crucial moment for this tournament series and for the Windjammers community themselves. Not only do we have Genesis, Frosty's every year is huge. We have all the big E events. EVO, we have a on-paper history of all these players, the different communities, internationally, all of these happening. Not just to mention Windjammers Wednesdays, which you guys can jump on and take part of every Wednesday. If you want to play the game more, if you want to level up, if you want to learn. And don't forget, Windjammers 2, coming soon, trademark, by.emu, coming soon. We don't know when, but this game is so incredible. And again, just because you're a top player now doesn't mean you'll be a top player in 6 months necessarily. Correct. Because we have new blood coming in all the time.
Let's see. Genesis, the 2 Genesis tournaments are really huge deals for us. We got a lot of people in the Smash community to play. That's where we got SBS, who's responsible for us having a scene in Arizona, which is how Club Soda came onto the scene. Brought us Bruce, who's trying to start something in Louisiana. There are a lot of people, and Frosty Faustings has always been a big deal for us. It was the record holder for biggest Windjammers tournament bracket until EVO that year. But
Warp Whistle does it!
Wait,
Warp Whistle just took the game, the first game against Sandman.
He took the first game. Oh my God! It's okay. So that's actually huge. Warp Whistle 1 game over Sandman. Now here's the thing. This is another thing that I said. Okay, because you have Sandman and you have Awakened Sandman, okay? When Sandman is up against the corner, like he was after Jeff Vader Jr. sent him into loser's bracket last year, you can see a certain crispness in Sandman's movements. A certain, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just, they're much crisper, they're much quicker, they're much, there's much more purpose in them. That is Awakened Sandman. That is Sandman when he is completely focused and playing at his best, and he dominated the bracket last year. Will we see Awakened Sandman now that his back is up against the wall in the loser's bracket?
Well, we go from the dichotomy, the smallness and claustrophobic nature of Beach to Lawn. Again, a gigantic stage. You see these players, both beefy men, just sliding around left and right. Sandman brings it back 6-6. There's going to be so many more opportunities to get around your opponent here. There's going to be so many chances to catch them off guard. But notice how Sandman goes right back to that starting position, right in front of the red goal every single time that disc is released. He wants to give himself the best possibility of catching there, and another 3 there. Warp Whistle is going to have to put in the work here. Less than 30 seconds left. He's going to get this super off here. Where does he go? He goes. Sandman catches, slices down though. Now Sandman with a special of his. Oh no! Return! Hey! We've got all these action happening. 15 seconds left, and Sandman putting an exclamation point on it. I may have lost just the first game, but I will take this set here in our second match.
Now this stage heavily favors Sandman right now, in my opinion, because K-Vessel having the longest dash in the game and this being a bigger stage, it's going to make it a bit easier to get things past Warp Whistle, as I speak too soon. But, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. It's in the air. Wow, missile throw sends Sandman skidding into the goal. 8 points. Sandman's got to do something. There's a 3. He's in the process of coming back. He needs this game. He needs this set. Where you at, Sandman?
It's so incredibly rare to see a K-Vessel knocked into the goal, but Warp Whistle did it with authority. And again, there it is. Happens again. Already up 11-3. Warp Whistle needs to keep this pace up. Can he keep these angles? Look at this. He's making Sandman run all over this stage. We have supers returning. Sandman, that's such a scary sight, but Warp Whistle ties it up. Warp Whistle is one set game away from knocking the reigning, defending, undisputed Frosty Faustings Windjammers champion 2 years in a row. I can't believe this.
Now, I can't believe it either, because Sandman, we saw K-Vessel skid back into the goal twice in one set, not even in one match, not even one game. One set we saw K-Vessel skidding back into the goal at the hands of a G. Scott. Warp Whistle, like I said, he's a player on the rise, on the verge of breaking into the top 10. Good stop by Sandman. Nice. Oh, wow. It's just... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. There's another one.
Oh, my
3-6.
I'm deflated. I'm deflated with air. This match is so insane.
Yeah,
and just even doing the mental exercise of what does this top 8 look like if Sandman is knocked out in losers? He came in this top 8 in losers. It completely opens the door. I know we just saw Jordy super dominant. Oh no, Sandman! There's a prayer! 20 seconds left. Tied 6-6. Sandman needs to get a score. There it is right there. If he could just hold off, even if we go to time. Sandman keeps the hopes alive. 5 seconds left. He's not holding either. He's throwing everything he can. Oh, that digital slash from Warp Whistle. Sandman does it.
We're tied up 1-1. Ladies and gentlemen.
Keeping the dream alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Awakened Sandman. Here we go.
I want to give a shout out to Trash Tier King in the Twitch chat. He said, we are looking at a Clay pick next. I'm calling it. Do you think we're going to play?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to eat Junior's hat, like Retro Station would have if I didn't pick Tile. But yeah, that's Clay, man.
There it is.
Bumper World Order. That is the clan that Warp Whistle leads. Oh, and right away, right off the bat.
3. Oh my gosh. Warp Whistle was here to say, yeah, my back is against the wall now, but it's my stage pick, Bumper World Order, brother, and I'm gonna knock it in every chance I get. You are playing in my world now, Sandman. What do you got? And we're seeing, he's slicing through the bumpers. Warp Whistle, like a surgeon, and the needle just crossing right through, and it gets a big 5 right there. Warp Whistle starting this set out with authority. Oh, quick 3 by Sandman, but again, Warp Whistle is still in the lead. His aggressiveness could be his downfall, but so far, he's in the lead here halfway through this first game. Oh, Sandman, that's such a scary. You never want to see the disc hovering above K. Wessel. You don't know exactly what's coming. Both these guys crashing bumpers? This is insane. Warp Whistle with the stop, though. He's going to return it back. Hey, we got all over the place action and a quick 3.
I can't believe that got past Sandman. And that one did too. 6-14, Warp Whistle, 1 set away from tasting ultimate victory and knocking our defending champion out of the bracket. And that's 5
Oh,
points.
that's 5.
Oh no.
Aimbot victory, aimbot victory, aimbot victory. Get it?
Could we see it? No. Well, we might. If you see Warp Whistle scoring another 5 and getting an aimbot victory, I can see him going for it, but I don't know if he's going to get that against Sandman. Oh, that was close. That was really close, and there's another 3 points for Sandman. Sandman has him. Oh!
Oh my God.
Match. Sign of the cross, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw Frosty Faustings' 2-time winner be defeated by the one, the only, Warp Whistle.
That was very good. That was Sandman. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't want to say it's an upset because, like I said, Warp Whistle is a player on the rise, definitely on the verge of breaking into top 10. Very solid fundamentals, a great teacher. In fact, with Zagrand Webb having trouble running Fightcade, I would say Warp Whistle's the best teacher we have in the community, to be honest. That's my opinion. But first thing we have to do, we have to shout out our sponsors. So, promotional consideration provided by the following. Just 1 second. Yes, it's the Artist Alley. So we have a virtual Artist Alley this year. Live Discord during the event, frostyfaustings.com/AA2021. Spend time this weekend chatting with your favorite artists from previous Frosties. Check out their video game, anime, FGC-inspired creations such as illustrations, keychains, stickers, jewelry, bags, retro gaming, arcade stick parts, and more. So today is the last day of Frosty Faustings. Hit them up. So, not a problem. Also, for Frosty Faustings Online, support our event with official merch. I mean, times are tough for everybody, okay? So, we love the merch. Frosty Faustings, you got these clean hoodies, these t-shirts, the beanies, and of course, you can get mouse pads and TCG playmats, as well as a variety of stickers. Even though we're online this year, Frosty Faustings is still going on. Support the cause, ladies and gentlemen. So now, the next thing I got to talk about, we got the Matcherinos. We have Matcherinos for the prize pools of many events at Frosty's. Contribute to the prize pool and get some official Frosty Faustings 13 merch as well. Donate for free with codes and quests for all 14 games. And 100% of the prize money, goes to the players, all right? $650 plus pays out to top 8. Matcherino.com/FFXIII. And of course, Guilty Gear Strive. Pre-order now. It's going to be released on April 9th, 2021. They got 15 characters at launch, I think they said, with more characters coming in Season Pass. HTTP Guilty Gear Strive pre-order. What do you have to lose? This is a big Guilty Gear event. Of course, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Character Pass 2. 4 characters have already hit. We've got 2 more still to come in 2021. It's a fun game. It's on Steam. It's on PS4. Arc System works in Cygames, Xseed Games, GrandBlueFantasyVersus.com. Check it out to learn more. So, and of course, who would I would be very remiss if I did not mention Skullgirls, all right? Annie of the Stars is coming to Skullgirls Mobile right now, in fact. This is the first DLC Skullgirls has had in 5 years. So they capped out the bracket this year. The game is still alive and well. Some of the best netcode around. Coming soon to Skullgirls Second Encore. Get into Skullgirls. Now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. So, and of course, Them's Fightin' Herds is also available now. They also had a great showing at this tournament. Buy.themsfightinherds.com. It's a solid fighter, also with great netcode. Humble Store and Steam. What do you have to lose, ladies and gentlemen? Good fighting games are good for everybody. And look at this merch for this game. Look at that statuette. It's clean. I love those t-shirts as well. TFH.gaminggenerations.com. It's the official merch store of Them's Fightin' Herds. And of course, the next one we have Unicler, all right? Undernight Inverse. I'm not sure what it stands for, but it is the most recent iteration of Undernight Inverse, and it's a great game, great community, the best fighting game, you know, one of the best anime fighters around. I'll tell you that right there. So you got the collector's edition package available now as well, also on Nintendo Switch. So, and of course, the Hitbox. Take control, all right? Now, look, I always say, with Windjammers, arcade stick is the way God intended. But if you play on a keyboard, as some people do, Hitbox is the way. It's like pressing the keys on your keyboard, all right? It gives you control like you can't imagine. I mean, too much control for me. But hitboxarcade.com/Frosty, get one for yourself. Can't go wrong with the Hitbox. I know a lot of people Hitbox players. And of course, Fantasy Strike, it's free to play. All characters are available online. No grind to unlock them. And of course, great rollback netcode. We know how crucial that is to this play today. Steam, Switch, PS4. It's got a great UI. It's got great online. You know, it's very simple. You should definitely try it out. Like I said, free to play. What's better than free? And of course, Metafy, or is it Metafy? I'm not sure. Metafy. Okay, it's definitely Metafy. Thank you, voice of God. Get coached by the players kicking your rear end. Metafy.gg, a big sponsor of Frosty Faustings this year. So, you know, it's a great way. What better way to level up your game than by learning from the best? The people that have won tournaments, the people that have really defined the meta for the games that you play. You can do it by Metafy. So, and of course, Windjammers Wednesdays, ladies and gentlemen. It is our community meetup night, Wednesday night, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is generally when some of us start getting on, but we all hop on at different times during the night. We've got players on Switch, on PS4, on Fightcade as well. Pick your poison, as I like to say. All are welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to come out to Windjammers Wednesday, great way to practice, level up with the community, and just chat and have fun together. So we're waiting for you. Come on out every Wednesday.
I want to give an additional shout out to Metafy, because not only are they providing this incredible service where you can actually get coached by some of the top players in these different games, but also this was a free to enter online tournament. They sponsored the event. All of Frosty Faustings, every open bracket tournament will be receiving top 8 medals. That's right. Just because we're not live in person doesn't mean we shouldn't run anything differently. So Thanks to Metafy, these top 8 players will be receiving medals, and what an amazing contribution. Couldn't ask for anything better. I
am very pleased with Metafy being involved this year. And, you know, of course, special thanks to our other sponsors as well. The FGC is still chugging along, even despite the challenges, and it's because of everyone around us, as well as the community themselves, including but not limited to Southpaw Rock and Trickstar 101, who are starting their match right here, right now. This is going to be a barn burner, I'm telling you right now. Like I said, Matlock Holmes, very good player. Southpaw Rock from California, a player on the rise, right in the vein of Warp Whistle. Southpaw Rock is a completely different player than when I first met him 2 years ago. Definitely, I might say he's even top 16 NA. Not gonna lie. Nice.
It's crazy to me that we just saw so many big bodies, and now we have the Miller mirror match. Southpaw Rock, like you mentioned before, one of those players really just came heavy into the scene and has grown exponentially as a player. But Trickstar is not some slouch. You're not just going to come in here and assume that this is going to be an easy victory, especially having just seen him get knocked out of bracket here. So these players now, again, this game so much faster now. These guys playing Miller. These guys are going to ride heavily on curves, and we can see there returning supers back and forth. We're already 3-3 in this first. Oh no! As I say it, commentators first. Trickstar lobs over the head of Southpaw Rock. 30 seconds left here. Ooh, Southpaw Rock, I love that slide. I love how he caught the disc and slid down. And look again. Look at all of these crazy shots that are coming out back and forth. Southpaw Rock, oh no! That's going to just about nail the coffin here. This first game of set 1.
Dude, it's a lot of good play here. Like I said, Southpaw Rock is definitely a player to watch out for. And he, you know, that was something I was surprised that we haven't seen a lot of players do yet. You know, it takes 6 seconds for the referee, calling it straight down the middle, to throw the Frisbee back to somebody. But wow, look at those super reflects. It's moving so fast I can barely keep track. But one thing I definitely want to say, Trickstar is doing a great job of sneaking those super lobs just behind. And that wasn't a super lob that time. That was the Bruce special, I think. One bounce off the wall into the 5-point zone. Where's this going now?
Be able to pull something off here. Hey! These guys tossing back and forth those lob supers. Trickstar, really interesting. If you notice, his character really is staying in the center of the stage towards that back, the T line, as I like to refer to it. Southpaw Rock is having to dash all over the place, and look at this. Hey, what the crazy volley. Oh, Southpaw Rock ends it with 3. Over half the time has elapsed from this round. Southpaw Rock, though, is down by 5. He can turn it around very quickly, though. Let's see if he can get everything he needs. Is going to pop it up here. Oh, no. Trickstar, though, look. He's barely moving. He hasn't clocked any steps on Peach. His pedometer is just not moving at all. Oh, and another quick 3 there. Southpaw Rock. I think at this moment, you just have to be telling yourself, all right, it's Peach, played a good game, he got a few past me, now what stage am I going to pick next?
Yeah, that's, unless he gets a return ace-5, I don't see happen. Wow, that was close. Whew. Talk about a hope spot, but yeah, that is 1 game for Matlock Holmes. All right, so it's 1-0. Keep in mind, we are 1st to 2 until we reach our finals. So that is definitely rough for Southpaw, especially considering how competitive that match was. Now, I definitely want to mention that both of these two are regulars at Windjammers Wednesdays. They almost always show up, whether online or in the voice chat that we always have on the Jam the Win Discord. And they are known to be walls that a lot of us normal players can't get past. Now, Southpaw Rock switching to Jordy Costa. Could this be the true form of the left-handed rock?
Yeah, character mix up here. You know, playing that mirror match, hopefully We'll see a little bit more power that can be thrown in here. I'm not sure if you're actually going to knock that Miller back in, and there's an attempt there with that lob. We'll see here if Southpaw Rock, there we go. We get a 3. That change from being in beach, now on lawn. Southpaw Rock, again, Trickstar literally took maybe 6 steps out of that original starting position, that last match, and now you can see how much area he has to cover here. Quick 3 though, and actually knocks in the heavier character. Southpaw Rock knows that his back is against the wall, and he has to push forward everything he can, and there we go, another quick 3. I like the fact that Southpaw Rock has changed his strategy. He is literally moving as much as he can to get up and down scores. Trickstar is going to get another quick 3, but hopefully Southpaw Rock can use the size of the stage to his advantage, and again, using the weight to power. Not enough, as Trickstar is going to go up another 3 here. Less than 30 seconds in this round. Frankie, Southpaw Rock might be, I was going to say, a hint of desperation, but a will bring him back. That'll resuscitate his hopes of taking this first game here.
God knows he needs it. There we go. Nice. Gets it. He gets it.
With authority, Southpaw Rock will take the first game of this, the second set, keeping his hopes alive. And again, a lot of pushing there.
Now, I've said until I'm blue in the face, anyone who's a Windjammers fan, anyone who's heard me on the mic, I'm sorry, but anyone who's heard me on the mic before, I always say the hallmark of a great player is adaptation. Southpaw Rock has adapted. Can Trickstar counter-adapt? Right now, Southpaw is putting up a valiant defense. I think he's definitely a little too close to the goal, but could that perhaps be baiting out something, trying to bait out something from Trickstar? 8-6. Oh,
Southpaw Rock here, I don't think he's going to try and hold on to this lead either. He's not going to try and say, hey! Oh, and there it is, Southpaw Rock with the knockback. Again, 11-6. He's not going to sit here. Ooh, 11-9 now, Trickstar with the quick return. Southpaw Rock is not going to sit here. He's not going to try and time out. He's going to try and score as fast as he can. And did you see that?
I saw it, baby. I saw it. That's 16-9 and a clean game for Southpaw Rock. So we're going down to the wire. We're going into game 3. We're in overtime now, ladies and gentlemen. As I told you, I ain't no liar. I told you this was going to be a good match. We're going to Stadium. Ooh. So,
get ready.
Just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get into it.
Well, I'm going to take this little bit of downtime, and I'm going to go over to the Matcherino. I am going to buy some of these gigantic mouse pads, aka play mats, if you're a trading card game player. $5 from each one of these purchases will go into the prize pot. You know, I'm going to dump a little extra in there. So if you haven't shown any love in the Matcherino, go ahead and jump over there. Again, the prize pot for this event, completely free to enter, 100% community supported, so let's back these players. If you are loving these matches, drop over into the Matcherino and give some love. Southpaw Rock, gonna have a mountain to climb here though, and again, he's got the potential. We see Trickstar, we're playing here, this is the widest stage. Now, really the movement coming in, and even though Southpaw Rock has that little bit of a lead, Trickstar is really applying the pressure here. This could be a very quick first game. Oh, and 1 point ahead there. Southpaw Rock hasn't been able, even though he got that early lead, let's see if we can get that return. Look at the size of that 5-point goal on the right hand of the side of the screen for Trickstar. Oh, no! Southpaw Rock, a score will do it. That'll put him in the lead here. 25 seconds left. Could that be enough to get him a win? Would have much rather have had that 5 and secured the victory, though. Southpaw Rock pushing. Trickstar with that lob. Hey, whoa, we got returns back and forth. 15 seconds left. Trying to hold on to this lead. 10 seconds left. All he has to do is keep returning this offense. Trickstar doing everything he can. No, the 3. Just like that is going to take the first game here and really apply the pressure to
I'd be
Southpaw
kicking
Rock.
myself right now. I'd be so tight right now. I'm not going to lie. There's, you know, there's a different. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Trickstar got that 3 comparatively easily, and he's going to try and go for it again. Southpaw has got to hang on, but I know the wind would be taken out of my sails if I lost that set like that. You play differently when you're behind. I don't care what anyone says. You play differently when you're behind. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing depends on the player. But look at these curves. It's like they're setting each other up. As Jeff Bader Jr. likes to say, they're playing... Oh, no. Well, so much for Canadian Windjammers. That worked out big for Trickstar. The Sisto psych out. Southpaw Rock gets that 3-pointer. Trickstar he has a healthy lead right now. He could very feasibly hang on to it for the next more than half of a minute. Southpaw Rock's got to be careful. One score. He needs one more score, but Matlock Holmes needs, and he gets it. That's 6-12. That's game. That's match. Matlock Holmes moves in the top 6. Southpaw Rock is out of the tournament. Unfortunate, but still, that was a great match. I mean, I was really surprised to see that stadium counterpick, but it worked out very well for Matlock Holmes. 2 unanswered sets. Even so, Southpaw Rock pulling out Jordy Costa turned out to be a great move for him, and we see our updated bracket, the Santa with muscles versus Jordy, the classic winners final matchup for Windjammers North America. That is Le Passif right there. But before we do winners finals, we have Crypt Kitty and Warp Whistle and Fireball and Matlock Holmes. This is, we got some good matches. Santa with muscles and Jordy always delivers. Crypt Kitty versus Warp Whistle is a rematch of the Windjammers 2 demo Parsec tournament. And of course, Fireball versus Matlock Holmes will be a good one as well.
Yeah, at this point, it's really anybody's game. You know, any of those names, just saying that name, having any of those names just come out of your mouth, literally just gives you the feeling that anybody could really take this game. I do want to notate that last match. So Trickstar going to Stadium, it's like he had this, obviously, you know, with the pandemic, we're all trying to quarantine, we're all trying to social distance. Trickstar had this weird 10-foot by 10-foot block that he did not allow his character to come out of, even though it's the biggest stage in the game. Just
social distancing Windjammers.
Exactly. He didn't want to get close to Southpaw Rock. There was no crashing the net. He was playing as aggressive as he could from behind. And again, that style is similar to Jordy's, where you're playing really defensively and you're creating these angles and you're creating these situations to put your opponent off kilter, but keeping yourself in the same situation just to defend and apply pressure. Such a beautiful thing to see. Yeah. But we have another incredible match coming up for you guys. And again, if you've never played Windjammers, then what are you doing? Get on right now.
Play the game. Now, what is the code that allows you to put a little bit more in the match arena, Mohawk?
That is FFXIII for Frosty Faustings XIII. FFXIIIWJ. So again, if you go to Matcherino, you can click to contribute. You can just put in that code. You don't have to put any actual real-world money in there. 50 cents will get deposited into the Matcherino just by using that special code. So again, we're close to breaking $200 for the payouts here of Windjammers at Frosty Faustings XIII. So again, use that code. There's also different social media activities you can use. Thanks to G Fuel and other sponsors for Matcherino, you can actually do social media quests and add more money in at no cost to you. So if you guys are loving the matches that you're seeing, go to the Matcherino, use the special code, click around, some retweets, some likes, whatever it is you need to do to help grow this prize pot. Because right now, Crypt Kitty and Warp Whistle are putting in the work. This is going to be a great match.
I gotta say, I'm contributing to the Matcherino as we speak. So like you, I'm going to be pulling away for just 1 second because I definitely want to support our esports athletes as well as the, what's the word I'm looking for? Frosty Faustings in general. We all do better when we all do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so go ahead and fill in a little bit here. Warp Whistle does take this first game against Crypt Kitty on Beach. The G Scott, the lone American survivor here for Windjammers, is going to try and put a victory on the board here. Crypt Kitty, a lot of movement. We're seeing a lot of play in the top half of that field. Oh, and Warp Whistle with that lob to the lower portion of the field. Even holding the disc. Warp Whistle has got so many bells and whistles that he's playing with right now. Crypt Kitty trying and volley. A little bit different. No score yet. We are 60 seconds left in this second game of match 1. Warp Whistle with that special though. Oh, and the curves. Just too much. Crypt Kitty was on the direction down there, was not able to stop in time, but a quick 3 for Crypt Kitty back in it. 3-3, half the time left has elapsed for this match. Crypt Kitty with the pop up. Oh, he's going to throw the lob. Warp Whistle was able, though, such a big body, is able to just stand in the center of the stage and block all those goes. Oh, had a second guess himself there as Crypt Kitty again, pushing it back in. 6-3. Crypt Kitty doing everything he can. He's going to try and maintain this lead. Less than 20 seconds left. Oh, 21 seconds. 6-6 as Warp Whistle ties it up here. Oh, it's super right off the start, though, as Crypt Kitty is able to stop, though. Loving the lobs coming out. Crypt Kitty is going to try on his own. 10 seconds left. This could go out to a draw here. Crypt Kitty crashing the net, trying everything that it can, trying to get past this G-Scott, the Great American Hope, and there you have it. We have a draw, which will give Warp Whistle the game. Warp Whistle winning the first game of that set. Both players win one for the draw, so Warp Whistle would win it 2-1. It is up now to Crypt Kitty. Going to Tile.
This is actually great for Warp Whistle, that he's up 1 game on Crypt Kitty in a 1-2 right now. And speaking of being up, the Matcherino is currently at $232.40, ladies and gentlemen. 232.40. Can we get it to 250? Let's get it to 250.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am on Matcherino right now as well. I am buying some of these special items, some of the play mats, some of the t-shirts. I'm going to be contributing as well. If you guys have not, remember, if you go to Matcherino, even if you don't have your own personal money you want to give, you can use the code FXIIIWJ to contribute 50 cents for free. You don't have to do anything. So again, thank you to everybody out there supporting this community. Thank you to everybody supporting Frosty Faustings Online. Even just being here watching with us, we're having an absolute blast. Oh, Crypt Kitty. Oh, I like the change here over to Tile. Tile is my own personal favorite map, primarily just because of its size, how small it is, and you have the 5s on the side. So Crypt Kitty right now being up 5-0 should put him at the advantage, but when you're playing against Warp Whistle, let alone a G-Scott player on a map this small, oh, there we go. It's hard to get him around, but Crypt Kitty creating the angles, using everything that he can, trying to scrap, and a lot of super shots as well. Oh no, but a quick 5. That's the dichotomy of Tile. It's easier to score 5s. The stage is so small, the 5s are at the top and bottom of the stage. There is some knockback potential here as we're getting ready. 10 seconds left. 8-5. Crypt Kitty, can he hold this lead? Warp Whistle needs 1 score to tie it up. Anything will do here. Crypt Kitty hold.
That was close. Now,
Crypt Kitty held the disc just to try and milk out a little more time. Warp Whistle almost snuck it in for a 5.
This is also, as you said, the smallest stage, all right? It makes G-Scott's shortest dash a veritable non-factor. But unfortunately, Crypt Kitty being who he is, that's a clean 3 points. But Warp Whistle still got 1 game over Crypt Kitty, which is, it's huge. It's really huge. I'm not going to lie. And we go in again. Nice footwork by Warp Whistle. Making sure Crypt Kitty stays in his place at the T-line, as you yourself said, Mohawk. And nice coast to curve. If you're looking for who has the best curved shots in the game, I think it's either Costa or Miller. But honestly, I would say Costa, period. Now, good 3-pointer by Warp Whistle. If he can pull out another one of them, he'll tie up this set. But he doesn't want to tie because Crypt Kitty is up 1-0. Anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget, anything is possible if you believe hard enough. Does Warp Whistle believe? Does he believe? I don't know.
I think Warp Whistle not only believes, he has a lot of backing here. He has his own, the Bumper World Order. He has his own faction behind him. Crypt Kitty, again, longtime player, super stellar player in this community. Warp Whistle, though, part of this new guard, part of this infiltration of players that want to take that top spot in Crypt Kitty. There we go. Was able to secure his pick on tile. Now,
Crypt Kitty says, not today.
1-1. Warp Whistle's pick. Is he going to Clay? He picked Clay. It seems like he tends to pick Clay.
Wow.
There it is.
Like you're psychic. What am I thinking right now? Exactly. Nothing. But, so, yes, the Bumper World Order. I mean, look, Warp Whistle does have a clan behind him, but Crypt Kitty has East Coast Jam. The OGs of North American the OGs of United States Windjammers, if you would. So this is quite, like I said, this is quite an interesting match. We are even at 1-1. Winner gets a one-way ticket into top 4. So nice volley of super curves there. But Crypt Kitty gets it past with that 3-pointer. Warp Whistle could very quickly find himself on his back leg if he is not careful.
Crypt Kitty here again. It's such a crazy feeling knowing that your counter, your opponent,
bumpers, ladies and gentlemen,
is so in tune with the bumpers. Literally, the Bumper World Order auto picks Clay any opportunity to get. Warp Whistle here showing one of the, I don't want to say despised functions of the game, but you know, a lot of people tend to say bumpers are random, they don't like bumpers. Players like Warp Whistle, Jordy, a lot of these really high technical players prove bumpers can be used to your advantage and not necessarily to your detriment a lot of times as well. Knowing how to play around them. 15 seconds left. Crypt Kitty has to get on the board here. 3-6, 10 seconds left. Any score will do. A 3 will tie it up. A 5 will put him in the lead here. 5 seconds. Oh, and as I say that,
that's cash
money. Warp Whistle putting the nail proverbially in the coffin here. Crypt Kitty back against the wall, but this match could go either way.
If Warp Whistle knocks out Crypt Kitty, I may eat my metaphorical hat. I will make a hat out of bread so that I will eat my hat. This is insane.
This is huge. If Warp Whistle can get past Crypt Kitty, this is a big deal. Warp Whistle is just, oh my God, 0-3. I'm not used to seeing Crypt Kitty in this position. I'm not used to this at all. This is big. We didn't know if Warp Whistle would get past Sandman, much less Crypt Kitty. Today may be the day that Warp Whistle breaks into the top 10 North America.
Crypt Kitty has got to dig the heels in here. 0-3. The potential to be knocked out here. Warp Whistle is going to keep applying this pressure. And again, look at the position of Warp Whistle on this map. Staying on that line, literally just north and south. Hasn't crashed the net, hasn't tried anything different. Is literally, oh no, but we get Crypt Kitty. Gets a quick 3 there, 3-6. Warp Whistle is just relying heavily on those reactions and the ability to put his opponent out of position here. Crypt Kitty, again, oh, nice curve around the bumpers there. Both players do crash to the net there. Very tense situation. 15 seconds left. Oh, and another bumper there. Crypt Kitty, 10 seconds left.
Oh,
10
no.
seconds left. Gonna have to do it. Warp Whistle parks that big American booty in front of the 5-pointer.
Oh my God.
Not gonna happen.
Warp Whistle!
Wow. That's it. Warp Whistle goes to top 4. Crypt Kitty is out. Oh my God.
Can we get a new hashtag trending? I want to get a new hashtag trending. Tweet out at Windjammers, at Jeff Vader Jr., hashtag eat that hat.
Eat that.
I know he's a man of his word.
Here's the thing. I'm cheating a little bit. My roommate enjoys to bake, so it would not be impossible. But ladies and gentlemen, Windjammers of the world, Warp Whistle is one of the top 10.
That's Warp Whistle over Crypt Kitty. That is huge for not just the Bumper World Order. That is huge for the status quo. That is huge for Midwest. This is, like I always say, I say top 3, North America, Sand with Muscles, Jordy, Crypt Kitty. Warp Whistle just felled number 3 Best Jammer NA. So former Best Jammer NA. So this is huge. I don't want to say it's an upset, but it may very much be what's the word I'm looking for? It's not an upset, but it is evolution, if you would. This is really the next step in the North American Windjammers meta. This is the rise of the new guard, as you said, Mohawk.
Absolutely, and that's one of the beautiful things about this game in this community is the fact that you have new faces showing up all the time. You know, when we were physically going to events, and Frankie, you are a huge proponent of this, when we were teaching people how to play the game, you could learn how to play the game in less than 10 minutes and then be competing in the tournament.
Yep.
There's no telling. There is absolutely no telling who the next top Windjammer star could be. And we're seeing it now with a lot of these newer faces, a lot of these newer players. With the release of the more modern game, now we're still playing on Fight Game, and even more so with the future of everything else coming out. And again, anything is possible. As now we're joining in Fireball versus Trickstar out here on Beach. The battle of the big body versus the fast booty. Who is going to reign supreme as we get into this match here? Fireball with a quick 3 here. Trickster, though, Frankie, I feel like there might be a little bit of your rub going off here, seeing the characters. I don't know if this is any kind of your doing or influence, especially when teaching people, but a lot of those smaller body characters usually are a contribution of who taught them how to play the game.
Well, I like to think that. I mean, I remember when I teach a lot of people how to play, a lot of them go with Biaggi, with the occasional Costa. I do not see a lot of Millers. I mean, Southpaw Rock, I have to say, is one of the few Millers that I've seen in the new guard. Matlock Holmes has been better than me since day one. So I will not take credit for Matlock for Trickstar. But he's always run Miller, and it always throws me for a loop because I'm not used to seeing Millers on the other side of the court. But I'm still speechless over Warp
Okay,
Whistle
good.
over
It's not just me.
I'm still speechless.
So much for the pecking order.
But the either way, Fireball, as I said, definitely one of the OGs. You might even be able to say he's here longer than Delaware. In fact, yeah, I definitely think he was here longer than Delaware. But I just wonder if we can see Trickstar go over Fireball now. It's just like, this is definitely one, this already has been a noteworthy tournament. And I knew the second, once we passed 64 people, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good tournament. And I've been looking forward to it for weeks now. And I have not been let down. I say that with all sincerity. I have not been let down by this tournament. And Matlock Holmes ain't letting me down either. He's tying it up 3 points to 3 points. He's got 36 seconds to take it further than that. And if anyone can do it, it's our intrepid Matlock. And wow.
What knockback!
You do not see that at this level. You do not see that very often. It's just, G. Scott may be thought to be the worst character in the game, but the general consensus is that Miller has the worst super, because it is a 50-50. But, we're human. Errare humanum est, ladies and gentlemen. Anything, wow! And I rest my case. You think you're going to catch that, and that allows Fireball to get this game. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate.
That was a last second stand, okay?
Yeah.
That was a last second stand by Fireball. And again, even though he just took that first game 2-0, that's not really telling of how close that game actually was. Trickstar is doing incredible. Oh, and look at this. He says, I'm the lighter character, I'm going to move faster than you, and I'm going to pick the biggest stage and just throw straight. I'm just going to throw straight shots at you because your big, muscly legs are not fast enough to catch what I'm throwing at you. I mean, I say that, and then Fireball gets a 3, and now we're tied 3-3.
Right.
But that is what everything said. Trickstar, again, look at this. The counter pick, counter pick of this map knows that he's going to rely more on the speed of his character to try and get past Fireball.
Exactly. And the best part about it is that, you know, this is definitely a good counter pick for Miller because even though Vessel has the best dash in the game, I say as he scores 3 points on Miller, it forces him to commit to the dash if he's going to cover a lot of ground. Whereas Miller can hoof it, you know? So that's definitely not a bad counter pick. And we've seen in his match against Southpaw Rock that Matlock Holmes can adapt. He can definitely adapt with the best of them. And this is definitely a pick of adaptation against Fireball. That's unfortunate. 12-3.
It's unfortunate, but look at the left-hand side of your screen. Fireball with that gigantic red goal could be an easy 5 points for Trickstar. So even though he lost that first game in the set, he could bring it back, and that 5 would be huge, especially getting around that big body. Fireball, that's Fireball. Literally the change from going to beach to playing here. Oh, there it is! The 5 sneaks in with the curve. Fireball's confidence, though, has been so steady. Playing on beach and just being able to knock around, he's a little more shaken up here. Ooh, he gets his quick square there, 6-5. This is going to be the tell. Can Trickstar keep this momentum? Can he get another goal and then at the very least attempt to just get Fireball out of position, get a timeout, and get another superhero? Oh, wow, wait! We got the return on the worst super in the game. 9-5 though. Fireball is putting in that work. Trickstar fighting for their tournament life. Almost 30 seconds left in this round. Fireball sitting pretty. He's gonna try and stay. Oh, did you see this knockback though?
Oh my God. Matlock Holmes got signs of life with that 3-pointer. He needs another one. But Fireball gets it first. That is match. Matlock Holmes is out of the tournament. Woo!
That's still an amazing showing though. To go out, to say that you made it that far in the bracket and you were knocked out by Fireball, that gives street cred to me. I got to give props there.
No, definitely. It's Fireball. Like, these are 2 top 10 players right here. Fireball is, you know, one of the few top 10 who's not on the East Coast. So he, it's, you know, this definitely establishes that I was right earlier when I put Fireball ahead of Matlock Holmes. But considering how much of a back and forth it was between Matlock and Southpaw Rock, Fireball very dominant against Matlock Holmes as he goes to face Warp Whistle in top 4. So this is Warp Whistle versus Fireball. Warp Whistle having the momentum that he has right now against after his win against Crypt Kitty. He's coming at Fireball with a full head of steam. This is going to be a good match.
I want to give you guys, I know we're looking at the brackets right now, but I want you to pay attention. Look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You see that little red bar? See the little red bar that's filling up? We're at $259.90 contributed into this prize pot. Thank you guys so much. And you can do that again by going over to Matcherino. Not only can you just throw your hard-earned money into the prize pot, you can get really cool stuff like those play mats by Jasco Games. So again, if you want a t-shirt, if you want a commemorative beanie hat, anything else to support these players, part of that money will go into the prize pot. We're almost at $300. Thank you guys, everybody, so much. And again, if you're loving this high action play, please consider contributing or use the code FFXIIIWJ to get 50 cents for free. But now, Fireball
let's get to
versus
300.
Warp Whistle.
Onward.
Fireball versus Warp Whistle. I don't know. Frankie, what are your predictions here? Because I'm flabbergasted now with the results we've seen so far.
Honestly, I really think it depends on how the first game is going to go. We see that these two are evenly matched right now, just exchanging blows at the net. This is I was not expecting this, that's for sure. An attempted Sandman by Warp Whistle. This is, wow. I have never seen something like that before. Just slower shots, back and forth, right into the waiting arms of your opponent. Now they're putting distance between each other. Oh, so Fireball comes in. It's 3-5. Warp Whistle is still ahead, but another score by Fireball will reverse that. This is, I don't know. I would not put Warp Whistle ahead of Fireball in my power rankings, but with Warp Whistle showing today, I don't know. I mean, Fireball's coming in hot after that win against Matlock Holmes. This is going to be a match. I'll tell you right now. All bets are off, brother. All bets are off. I'm going to be honest with you. Time is up. Warp Whistle is ahead 1-0 in game number 1. Warp Whistle. Go get him, kid. Go get him. Warp Whistle, only 23 years of age. Fireball, as we said, one of the old guard. Perhaps, in terms of tenure playing the game, perhaps the oldest. Wow. This is old guard versus new guard.
Hey, Jeff Bader Jr., foremost, thank you for putting on this broadcast. Thank you for everything you've been doing behind the scenes. Beautiful. You are a man of your word and a man of integrity. I will join the Bread Hat Eating Club if Warp Whistle beats Fireball in this match. Sign me up, coach, because I don't know. Fireball, steadfast, very true, and as I say that, he can feel my energy. I'm uploading it via zip drive. He's gonna unload that packet of pure raw energy, and as I say that, they just stand in front of each other. But here we go! Fireball, I believe in you. Don't let this outsider, don't let this bumper world order, the leader of this faction, shut down the tradition that we have built. This is the house of Windjammers, and I will be steadfast. And Fireball, with authority, shuts out Warp Whistle just like that. Warp Whistle, if you want to see me eat a bread hat, then you better turn it up to 11. Because right now, Fireball is proving to you what classic Windjammers is all about. But we are 1-1 now in this, the first game of this set. Fireball, with authority, close out victory. That second game we just saw. Fireball, though, we're seeing a lot of supers coming out from Warp Whistle. Oh,
that's James. That's
James. God, get your butt in that goal. Fireball is here to prove that you are not going to get past K. Wessel, and even though I am not sitting physically next to you in a venue, you can feel the power coming off of you.
And there's a lot of power, and let me tell you, Fireball has powered up after that first set. Just after winning that second set in commanding fashion, he's looking to do it again. Now, look, we know what happens to Goku when he, in the Tournament of Power, Ultra Instinct. Once he comes out of it, he's vulnerable. Could it be that Warp Whistle has come out of Ultra Instinct, as I say, as he scores 5 points?
30 seconds left. Fireball! Oh, I was going to say, it's only up by 1. That lead literally being yanked out of his hands. Warp Whistle, what are you doing? Crashing the net once again, though. Just trying to get each other out of position. Fireball, 15 seconds left. Only up by 1. 9-8. Warp Whistle, though, you can see he's aiming for that 5. He is doing everything he can. He wants to sneak any goal. Warp Whistle will put him ahead in this series. Fireball, a man of integrity, does not hold the disc, fires back 2-1 in this first game, and Warp Whistle, we have to assume, is going to clay against K. Vessel.
Now, that's also another thing to talk about, because obviously, Warp Whistle's hesitating. Where's he going? Perhaps back to beach?
Back to beach.
Back to beach. Because the thing is, Dave's stupid rule is in effect. You cannot go back. You cannot counterpick a stage on which you have already won. I mean, obviously that wouldn't matter if Warp picked Clay, because this is 1st to 2. But I have no idea why he went back to beach. Perhaps
he knows he's got it. Warp Whistle knows that he has the ability to shut down Fireball. All he has to do is just remember how he played before that first game, so he's going to do it again.
Was the stream able to hear that, Jeff?
Maybe.
All right, that was the voice of God. I agree with that analysis. Like I said, adaptation, ladies and gentlemen. If Warp Whistle has adapted and downloaded Fireball's method of playing Beach, this could be Warp Whistle's game to win. We saw how close that first game.
Maybe the issue there, though, is that Warp Whistle knows Fireball, as much experience as they have as a player, may be able to actually eke them out on clay. So by going back to Beach, this is literally a game of pure skill. It's like playing Mario Kart with no items on. Pure time trial. Who is the better technical player of Warp Whistle? Attempting to prove that here. Up 3 points with 10 seconds left on the clock. Fireball trying to do everything he can.
Oh my God.
I will go on record and tell everyone watching that Warp Whistle is playing like a French player.
Yeah.
Figured I'd say that. Anyway, continue.
No, I appreciate that. It's just, it's true. This is a Warp Whistle I was not expecting to see today. He's ahead in game number 2. The voice of God's analysis may have been right on the nose. And I say that. Commentator's curse. Fireball gets 3 points. He's on the board right now for set number 2 in game number 2. Can Warp Whistle reset that momentum? And Fireball gets 3 points. 6-0. 9-0. Things are falling apart very quickly for Warp Whistle, but he's still ahead 1 set. Not that you want this to go to a set number 3, Warp Whistle, but he has a little bit of wiggle room. Look at this. Nice gentleman's volley here. A nice game of catch as Fireball, 7 golden letters, 12-0. Down to the wire in game number 2. Do or die for Warp Whistle. Fireball is ahead 1-0.
We have some analysis from the chat. When you see both of these players go up against the net, this is not something meant to be kooky or funny. This is actually a deadly game of chicken because throwing it straight will lead directly into the opponent. It's rare to be able to eke it around the other player, but instead they're going nose to nose saying, "Are you going to lob it first? Are you going to lob it first? What's it going to be, huh?" Very, very serious gameplay going on. Very high-level Windjammers.
I love it. I love it. That's the beauty of this game. There's so much going on behind the scenes.
I love this play style from Warp Whistle. You guys mentioned earlier, maybe we should have Warp Whistle submit a DNA test to prove that there is no French lineage inside of that vessel, because the way that he's playing is very high methodical. There are a lot of mind games. There are a lot of things that are being done here, but then when you see that gentleman's volley when both players crash the net, that is the flash of an American player. And you can tell that because Warp Whistle is playing G. Scott. He is playing the sole American character in this game. Fireball, though, 25 seconds left, up 5-0. Warp Whistle, look how close he is to the net. That lob, that was so brilliant by Fireball. Yep. He knew that Warp Whistle was out of position. 15 seconds left, up 7-0. Warp Whistle, you're really going to have to put up the work. We're going to need at least a 5. At least a 5, but the only 5 I see is 5 seconds left on the clock. 2, 1, and that is it. Fireball.
Warp Whistle, knowing resistance was futile, allowing Fireball to get that 2-0 over Warp Whistle, despite just more than just a valiant effort by Warp Whistle. The new guard, unfortunately, is laid to the wayside by the old guard this time. The Matcherino is at $270, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it to $300. We're close, $30. Let's do it. But Warp Whistle, my God, that was insane, dude. Not only did he get past Crypt Kitty, he took Fireball to set number 3 in both games. So don't let that 2-0 fool you. That was a hard-fought and very well-played game by both players. The chips, unfortunately, just landed on Fireball's side this time. That was a great game of American Windjammers. So now, promotional consideration provided by the following. Let me see here. Let me just pull up my little ad script here because I got to make sure. So, of course, Frosty Faustings, we have the Virtual Artists Alley. Of course, it's not loading, so I'm just going to read from the screen. So, Virtual Artists Alley, live Discord during the event. As you know, frostyfaustings.com/AA20201. Spend time this weekend chatting with your favorite artists from previous Frosties. Check out all the apparel that we have here. Official Frosty Faustings Online 13 apparel. We got the hoodies, we got the t-shirts, we got the beanies. Support our event with official merch. Buy now at smash.gg/Frosty FFXIII /register. And of course, we have the Matcherino for all 14 games at this event. 100% of the prize money goes to the players. Contribute to the prize pool and get some official Frosty Faustings 13 merch as well. Like I said, we're at 270. I want to get us to 300. We're close. Guilty Gear Strive, pre-order now, available on April 9th, 2021. It's coming like a freight train. Frosty Faustings is a huge Guilty Gear event. Guilty Gear Strive is the new one that's coming out. Show your support. PS5, PS4, and Steam. It's kind of a big deal. So, and of course, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Character Pass 2. 4 characters are already here with 2 still to come in 2021. It's on PS4, it's on Steam, Cygames, Steam, Arc System Works, GrandBlueFantasyVersus.com to find out more. And of course, new challenger at long last to Skullgirls. Annie of the Stars, now available in Skullgirls Mobile. Coming soon to Skullgirls Second Encore. First DLC in 5 years. They drew a capped out bracket this weekend at Frosty Faustings. So now's the good time to join in on the fun. And of course, them's Fightin' Herds. Available now on the Humble Store and Steam. Buy.themsfightinherds.com. Join the frenzy, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the official merch store on GamingGenerations.com. I love that little statuette. I love the t-shirts. You definitely want them too.
Buy the deer, get it here. Buy the deer,
get it here. I love that even better. GamingGenerations.com. Undernight Inverse. I'm not sure what the CLR stands for, and I know it's not what is to clean your shower head. But Uniclear is the most recent iteration of Undernight Inverse. Collector's Edition package includes a 96-page full-color art book, compilation soundtrack CD, and an exclusive keychain. Now, of course, the Hitbox, take control. It's just like playing on a keyboard, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I know Hitbox started as a Smash-only device, wasn't it? Or was it always with the FGC?
They recently came out with the Smash Box.
Oh, really? So you're saying it's a
Hitbox
dedicated device for PC, PS4, and Switch, and Xbox?
It's
useful on all the platforms.
Yes.
Go to hitboxarcade.com/Frosty to get yours now. Right?
Second.
Get yours now. There we go.
So, of course, Fantasy Strike. You can play all characters online, no grind, one lock. It's all free to play. All right? It's got great rollback netcode and a wonderful UI. So, it's a good game to get into. They had a great showing this weekend. It's on PS4, Switch, and Steam. And of course, one of our most, our biggest sponsors of this event, Metafy.gg.
Yeah, they got us medals. They got us medals this year. Thank you, Metafy.
That's actually really nice of them. So there's, get coached by the players that are beating you. The best of the best will play on Metafy.gg. I personally think...
I actually took a look at their site. I'm sorry, Frank. I actually took a look at their site. They've got some of the best FGC players as coaches. So you can head on right over to Metafy.gg, take a look. Maybe you want to step up your game. Maybe you want to come to Frosty Faustings and end up on stage. Who knows? Check out Metafy.gg now.
I think that's a great idea, and I definitely want to say, if Metafy is looking for a Windjammers teacher, Warp Whistle might not be a bad idea.
Ooh.
And of course, Windjammers Wednesdays, ladies and gentlemen, all are welcome.
All are welcome. In the chat right now, you can type in !Discord WJ, and you'll get an invite to the Jam the Win Discord. There's also information there in the Twitch panels, but we meet up every Wednesday around 7 p.m. Eastern. But we play on PlayStation 4, we play on Switch, and we play on Fightcade. There's a whole lot of people talking about wrestling, but hey, nothing wrong with that. Come chill with your boys.
And the best part is our 2-year anniversary is coming up in a week or two. So.
Awesome. Well,
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Mohawk Mike, it is an honor to have you here, but I may have to bump you out. Any last words, man of the ugly sweater?
I want to say that, again, thank you to everybody for coming out and supporting this event for Frosty Faustings. This is always a huge event for Windjammers, but more importantly, obviously with this whole pandemic going on, everybody staying at home, I literally can feel the same amount of energy and the same amount of love and support that I would feel if we were live in person. We can't hug each other, but I can definitely feel the hugs through the tweets and the DMs and through everything. So everybody, thank you once again. Thank you guys so much to the greater Windjammers community, everybody that's been a part of Windjammers Wednesdays, keeping the scene alive during these times and supporting everything, the new players, the old players. Jeff, thank you for all of your hard work putting on behind the scenes, putting the stream together. It technologically, it's mind-numbing how insane it is to get something like this to work logistically.
Yeah, Vader's the
You know
real
what?
MVP here.
You know what, Mohawk?
Absolutely.
As you say that, it kind of reminds me because I cannot do this alone. So what I want to do is actually give a quick shout out to everyone here.
That's
Warp
great.
Whistle and Club Soda and Nautilus and Akina running the brackets behind the scenes. Junior and Retro coming on to commentate pools. Frankie and Mohawk coming on to commentate top 8. Mr. Blitz is actually running a restream of this show for the Latin American
Spanish
community.
commentary, man.
Absolutely. So, folks, thank you very, very much. But also take the time to thank these wonderful people because none of us do this alone. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and take us to a quick 3-minute break because somebody needs to get herself a new host. And I need to mute Discord before I ever hear that laugh again. Folks, thanks for dropping on by as we head to our top 4 of the Windjammers bracket. Taking a quick look here, you can see that while we've had ourselves a good fight, we've got Santa with Muscles, Jordy, and Fireball eking it out for the top 3. I can count. I promise I can count. No big deal. At any rate, let me give you over to your fine commentators. We have Warp Whistle and Megaphone Frankie.
Thank you. So wait, was I?
No, they couldn't hear you, Frankie.
They could. Oh, great. Well,
I don't do that on purpose. I promise.
You did it on purpose. All right, good. Well,
do me a favor, Warp Whistle. Tell me how it feels to beat Sandman. Like, and actually knock him out of bracket because I couldn't even do that. And
beat
Crypt.
Sandman at Frosty Faustings.
And Crypt. How'd you do that?
Well,
Ultra Instinct.
Once I actually had a tougher time fighting Fireball and even Kowtow coming into top 8. It's right there, right? Like the medals. You got to get out of your head that the stipulations are there. It's just another game of Windjammers. Once I was in top 8, I'm playing with house money. So why get nervous? Get 7th, get 5th. It's all the same. Just should put on a good show.
It's 7th, it's 5th, it's all the same. That is a quote you can take home. That is amazing. And I'm still speechless, but then again, that's why I'm not commentating. I'm turning it over to Megaphone Frankie and Warp Whistle.
Blue meanie. That is beautiful.
BWO lives on in all of us.
Indeed. Thank your bumpers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got to bring that to LAN tournaments, brother. Like, you got to hold that up. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like, if I play Def Jam Fight for New York, I want to have a picture of Ice-T.
Big Stevie Cool hanging out here on the left.
Even better. Yeah, the BWO is here, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. BWO represent. We have ourselves a match. It's going to be winners finals. Jordy versus Santa with Muscles.
I do want to say $270 on the Matcherino. Get us to 300, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. Another $30. So now we're going to start on beach as is traditional with Fightcade. Warp Whistle. What do you think we're going to see? I know you're saying that, this is a different Jordy than we've seen before.
Oh, for sure. Jordy has really sat down in the lab the last month or so. Like for a long time in the last year when we've been set online, a lot of the bigger players have been stepping away aside from Santa, who, dealt with French Fightcade for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
But we've got Jordy has really put his nose to the grindstone. It's becoming increasingly more difficult to score on him, period. Mind you, I say that and that, causes Santa to score, but it is what it is. But there's a lot of factors going into this one. This is our first to 3 game, since we're here in winners finals, and Dave's stupid rule is going to be more in effect than it ever was before.
Yes.
If you win on a stage, you can't reselect it. So that means that whoever wins this first game can't bring back to beach for their comfort zone. The amount of stages you have to choose from will dwindle and dwindle as you get the advantage, giving your opponent a chance to come back. But Santa's been good forever. He's been America's #1, our standard. And to see, Jordy has always been one of the best players at going toe-to-toe. As a matter of fact, he did really good at him at the French Cup only about a month ago. But Santa is still destructive and monstrous, and maybe we are even underselling how good Santa's been getting over time. Because
the thing is, Santa's starting to take games off of Pyrotech, which 2 years ago it seemed like a pipe dream. So it's so far not just to even win just matches, but to win a whole event with the first round of the French Cup, going 8 games completely undefeated, including beating Jordy, Pyrotech, and I think Soon. Soon as well? He beat Soon?
It was a really good showing from Santa.
God.
And a good first showing in there.
And that should definitely tell you, that goes to show you just how far the North American scene has come since the port of the PS4 version in 2017. Just I remember K-Kun came and obliterated us, and K-Kun wasn't even the strongest, so we thought. So now it seems like we're poised to overtake the French, especially as Windjammers 2 looms closer and closer. But speaking of closer and closer, Santa's getting closer and closer to the net as he scores a big 5 on Jordy.
That was a huge 5. doing
Good
just
time.
that meticulous kind of step up is something that like really good players are very good at. You might have noticed during Fireball setup that we were basically the space between us was the same for most times, but who would be in the front and back would sway between us in kind of a weird methodological dance. And you can see that a lot with how other players like Santa play. They'll crawl up and push, and that'll cause Jordy to go farther and farther back. And eventually, Jordy will get an opportunity to move forward himself. You're playing it as safe as possible, but you'd also want to look for opportunities to maybe move up, especially when you're behind like Jordy is right now, with only 25 seconds on the clock.
Social distancing, ladies and gentlemen. We practice social distancing in the Windjammers community.
Well, and that's because social distancing can win or lose games. This is a gigantic game of footsies.
Absolutely. Footsies are crucial in Windjammers. It's a lot about spacing. It's a lot about mind games. And that's one of the things I adore about this game. It's all in your head. Well, mostly in your head. But Santa with Muscles, that victory wasn't in his head. He scored that quite comfortably over Jordy. 2-0. Man, just it goes to show you how far Santa's come. It's unbelievable.
Jordy coming to Clay is a big pick. Jordy's Clay has been a lot better than it used to be. He's really getting some of the crazier shots, and basically he's not flinching at most things. Of course, again, if anyone's going to test that, it's Santa. But the first points do go to Jordy on that super that went just between the bumpers. Yeah, and just to quickly point out to the people in the chat, people are asking about the French and why they're so much better. Our buddy RSG Rune has pointed out that historically French players in French sports are really good at lockdown, take control defense. And you might notice by how many matches they go to timeout here that Windjammers 1 especially really wants you to go to timeout. It's very rare for a shot unless you're completely out of position to be out of your grasp, and it's all on you on your mental ability on whether or not you're able to catch it.
Absolutely. I couldn't have put it any better myself. Lockdown defense. I never put it that way, so it's good analysis. The thing is, as we've always said, it's very rare to not see a match at this level go to timeout. Usually most matches at this level of Windjammers go to timeout. It is a very defensive game. Even in the K-Kun meta, before the rise of Pyrotech, Super Wars would usually be used to run down the clock. So Santa with Muscles winning by score, I have to say, 3-12.
They're really good and dominant. Santa's getting lots of really interesting shots off the bumpers, and more importantly, not hitting the bumpers. Sometimes just the fear of bumpers can really completely shift the idea where the disc is going.
Can confirm.
Like there's so many shots you can see going through, just straight through the bumpers diagonally, and it just misses, and it's like, oh, didn't think that would happen. But a good exchange from both of our players. Good lobs, good supers. I'm surprised at how quickly they're getting their supers charged up, but that's
me too.
what you get from all the practice.
Like I said, look, the French may be the best, but these are still experts at their craft. Definitely top 20 players worldwide.
Lord, that was funky.
Nice.
Big heart, goes right over to it. It's like he's drawn some sort of Latin symbol with that curve shot.
I feel like we should call that one the pretzel. If we're on Clay and it spins around like that, because any character can do the super.
More of a pretzel-y shape.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, go ahead.
No worries.
Oh, that's filthy.
Let me tell you, someone once said, sometimes the obvious choice is the best choice, and that was the obvious thing right there. Jordy was too close to one edge of the court, fire that lob. And as we saw, Jordy couldn't get there.
Oh,
and now we're
just
seeing...
have decided that no one gets to play Windjammers anymore.
Yeah.
You might have seen that, that was really good. You might see that, Jordy's going for these shots, and it looks like more often than not they pop up. It's because pixels of difference, hard to see with your own eyes, can determine whether or not your shot goes off at all.
A lot of times, and one of the reasons why I've noticed with, the French, for example, Santa with Muscles gets another 2-0! Oh my God!
Did die? They know.
They know. They know it's finals. But it's, oh my God. Now, the thing is,
he goes,
what was I going to say?
He goes back.
Lot, obviously, we're humans. It's very difficult to keep track of each individual pixel. A lot of the times you use your positioning on the court. And, you know, because the pixels of the court are set. For example, Cowtow Robinson, one of our players, he knows the shots that you can do from neutral, your position on the court. And of course, the position on your court depends where it determines where the frisbee is going and how it's going to bounce off the bumpers. So a lot of people will memorize bumper interactions based on that, but even then, you will still be wrong sometimes. It's bumpers are chaos. Even though they're not random, they still add an element of chaos in this game.
There's that exact shot I was telling you about.
Yep.
You stand there, you wait, you think it's going to hit the bumper, and it slides right past you because you aren't in the right spot.
I hate clay, man.
It's a great stage. There's some of the most unique shots could be done here.
Of course, but it's, like I said, all is chaos, Warp Whistle, and one does not bet on chaos.
Well, if you can't make order out of yourself, then maybe chaos is what you need. But
okay, we just got real deep up in this stream. Woo. I am loving the fact that the clay brings out the philosophical discussion.
Ooh, another one.
Needle. Oh my God.
Santa is just mastery with this positioning right now.
That is.
It must really feel like to Jordy, what can I even do?
Absolutely. That's how I feel. I mean, that's how I feel when I play against either of these guys. The thing is, you were talking about how Jordy is in the lab. Santa's not even taking this to timeout. He's reached a new level.
These shots are crazy. The fact that he knows at a moment's notice, like, yeah, I can make that. Maybe he doesn't.
I feel like since Fight K2 came out with its rollback netcode, I feel like Santa with Muscles has actually actively done exclusive training with the French. I know other end has been online a lot, and I'll catch Santa playing against Pyrotech from time to time, but I wonder if Santa has been putting in the work because now with the rollback netcode behind Fight K2, he feels he can take on the French.
Absolutely. And I definitely want to say this because, you know, PlayStation 4 remains the tournament standard for LAN tournaments. It is the official release. We do support the official release, and you should as well. But PlayStation 4 and Switch's lack of a spectator mode, as well as, I mean, Fightcade 1 was Fightcade 1, but Fightcade 2, the netcode, it's night and day. Unfortunately, we have had to be reliant on Fightcade 2, but the netcode, you can play against someone across the country or across the world, and it's much easier.
Fightcade 1 is not optimized for Windows 10 or Linux or Mac, so yeah, for sure.
It's definitely. Fightcade 2's netcode.
Ooh, good score.
Yeah.
Good diagonal. Jordy is really still putting his nose to the grindstone. He has not given up hope. It does not look like he's doing anything panicky, or he's mostly just sticking to his guns. And I mean, they're good guns. A lot of what he's been doing wrong are just little things that Santa's able to pick up on. And at the end of the day, like, those little things, like, you know, pile up. But that's match. And Santa did a very good job of keeping it a tie all the way to the end of it.
My mind is blown right now. The thing is, very often do we see Jordy versus Santa with Muscles go to draw, go to sudden death. I remember NEC 2019, the last NEC before lockdown. They had a super sudden death, and that's what I came to expect from them. But this was a different Santa with Muscles. He made short work of Jordy, and the fact that he won a lot of these games by way of a draw set, I mean, it was fast.
Yeah, it was for certain fast. And to follow up on something we said earlier, 178 hours on Fightcade 2 since the launch of it. He's the single most played player of this game on Fightcade. No one is stronger at Fightcade 2 than Santa with Muscles. Whether or not he's going to win, whether or not he can win in person will be yet to be seen. We actually have a little bit of an issue with that. It's a little bit more less latency. That split second of decision making is going to be different, but for sure, I am excited to see what the future holds for us. And I think Santa with Muscles has proven himself time and time again to be the best.
Absolutely. He's, like I said in the group chat earlier, like I said in the Twitch chat earlier, Santa with Muscles has been uncontested at the top of the heap in North America for a very long time. And now,
now
we're
it is
seeing Jordy
time.
go up. What's up?
Now it is time for Jordy Fireball, and it's
Exactly.
Fireball has had a really good run through this tournament. Fireball has really been very good at keeping control, pushing when he needs to push, and never overextending himself. He's gotten a couple of points here and there from me, but aside from that, he's pretty much just rode on autopilot. So let's see if Jordy can take him up to task, or if Fireball can make the upset and ride up through into winners finals.
It would definitely be an upset, even though Fireball has been at this longer, and he might very well be the 6th best player in the country. Jordy is he's been at this a lot shorter than the rest of us. Actually, Frosty Faustings marks 2 years since Jordy has gotten into the game. I remember I found him on online on PS4. He mopped the floors with me, and I sent him a message like, "Yo, you're really good. Stick at it. You ruined my night, but stick at it." And he says, "Are you going to be at Frosty Faustings?" And the rest was history. And Jordy has only gotten, to quote Mohawk Mike, exponentially better since then. He's just he's better than people that have been playing 8 times as long as he has. So it's.
It's crazy how players can pop out of the woodwork and just take to games like this, but that's the thing. It's simple to play, difficult to master.
Yeah, case in point, look at you. You've been here about as long as Jordy has, but it's.
Let's say I was here 2 years ago is to say that Evo run wasn't a fluke, but we're getting off topic here.
Even so, but
Fireball's having a real tough time.
But the thing is, it's just. That's something that I strongly believe is going to happen in Windjammers too. I really think the best Windjammers player in the world has yet to reveal themselves. Like frickin' Broly. He's on Vampa somewhere. But,
so
anyway.
Fireball throughout that entire set has struggled to get any scoring. He's been up at the net aggroing since he fell behind, but Jordy's wall is almost untouchable. It's incredible. His defense has become almost second to none. It's crazy how he's been able to just get those things with maybe only like a quarter of a second to be able to catch it. Like, I am impressed beyond words that Fireball cannot score.
Yeah.
He's throwing the kitchen sink at this man, and he is still catching it. Oh, I say that.
Well, commentator's curse.
That still lead is Jordy's favor. All Jordy needs to do is hold. But Jordy's not throwing anything too complicated at Fireball, not really challenging him. But maybe, I'm really good at this. I'm good at cursing people.
Nice straight diagonal shot. Those are the true silent killers right there, man.
Oh, for sure. And, good observation by Jordy to see that Fireball was stuck at the bottom.
By the way, I want to mention the Matcherino, $332.30. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. People are eating tonight. It's good. But so congratulations. As we continue with our losers finals, Jordy with the curse of 11. But as Warp Whistle said, all he needs to do is hang on to this lead. Can he do it?
Boys?
Well, here's the thing. He can. Actually, Jordy's got this in the bag. All but has it in the bag, because even if Fireball counts, even if he gets a 5, Jordy wins by way of a tie.
Yeah, Fireball beats the score twice, and that's not going to do it. Good job, Jordy. He kept the pressure on for the whole game and was able to just sit back, just pull up his recliner, have a beer, talk to his family, search the channels, just chilling. Fireball's pushing his entire effort on him, and it's just ain't, man.
Read the post.
Jordy's always been known for his defense. It's nice to have that defense reinforced. Unfortunately, Fireball has to work a little harder to get there.
Yeah, it's especially Well, how's that for working hard?
So Fireball's really taken to make Clay a stage of his own. I don't see anyone playing Clay in the way Fireball does. He's going up to the net, and he's throttling it. You are not going to get any cool bumper shots or anything unpredictable, because Fireball is in control.
And look at how he stays. Wow, that was close. But K Vessel wins the day. Now, it's funny that you observe that, how Fireball's sticking close to the net, specifically close to the bumpers. That gives him very wide leeway to handle anything that might come off of the bumpers, whether it come off of the center or right off of the other sides. So no one plays Clay like Fireball. You are 100% right, Warp.
You can see it over and over again. A lot of cool shots, a lot of things before they have a chance to develop are getting snuffed.
Yeah.
And Fireball's is throwing these fast things that are almost unreactable. Jordy is mostly just playing off of muscle memory, and while he was able to catch Fireball like cheating up to the net, it doesn't really matter when he's 3 points ahead. All Fireball has to do is just keep the pressure on, and I don't know if Jordy's going to be able to score. And those are fast, Lord.
Even so, even
nice
if Fireball
job.
wins, that is a very nice job. Fireball's on the board with 1 set right now, but Dave's stupid rule is in effect. So, the only problem is I can only do it once.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Fireball, while having a mastery of this stage unlike any other, is forced to show off his entire toolkit. And I don't know if he can beat Jordy on another stage in the same way he can on Clay. And even still, Jordy is no slouch. He is pushing and prodding. I don't think that Fireball is really going to have as easy of a time as he did with me earlier in the set.
Now look at this.
Oh, that's a pretzel.
Nice. Yeah, that should be the pretzel.
Call your SNK developers. We got some pretzels up here.
Absolutely. So I have to say, make it a pretzel. But I have to say, notice how Jordy has adapted. He is avoiding the bumpers as much as possible because he sees how Fireball is playing this. Very skillful use of the lob right there. Fireball still trying to rely on the bumpers. Jordy avoiding them as much as possible.
He's really trying to get those wide spots that you need to commit to an action to try to get Fireball out of the way. It makes sense because if you're playing anywhere near center, all Fireball has to do is make small movements. But those big movements force him to keep going back, going forth, going back, going forth. There's less advantage to be had if he can't pop up for supers or can't just stay in one place and get his supersonics. If he's got to travel, then Fireball's in trouble. But, good bumpers from Fireball, but unfortunately, Jordy's just still holding fast. A lot of good blobs to also push him back. Fireball's strategy is really solid, but I think if anyone's figured it out, it might be Jordy.
Yeah. Ooh, that was so close. That's unfortunate. If he didn't charge the super, he might have been able to get one last shot off. Would it have been enough? I mean, I don't know. But right now we're tied 1-1. That is not a good way to start off the set.
Oh, boys. Where's it dropping? It's that's a shame. It's a shame when it's right next to you and it just because you don't get it, right? Like, you think you're there.
That happened.
Your brain's like, you leave, you go, but it's like, no, the disc wasn't there. It's just a phantom slipping through your fingers. But a good exchange, Fireball back on top. And, that's funky.
We got the Sailor's Knot. We'll call that the Sailor's Knot. That was really cool. Only kissed the bumpers twice, and it was all on Fireball's side of the net. Crazy throw.
There's like a pixel or two where that works. Otherwise, it'll just get stuffed by the bumpers when it loops back, like that one. That's tough.
Oh, man. Listen, Dotemu recently confirmed that bumpers are coming back in Windjammers 2, to the surprise of no one, thank God. So I imagine this wackiness here is nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing when that game releases.
It's crazy to see both these players use the bumper in such different ways. Just
now, look how the tables have turned.
Good shot.
Okay, never mind.
That was a very interesting shot. He hit the bumper and it immediately bounced, so it gave it a more unique angle than what he would have if he would have just thrown it straight diagonal.
Yep. Thank your bumpers. Always thank your bumpers. And I feel that saying has never been as prevalent as it is in this match. That was close. Fireball was
going down
ready.
To the wire. And wonderfully played, Fireball.
All right.
Getting a game off of Jordy.
Fireball's on the board, 1-1. We have a match, ladies and gentlemen. Our losers final. We have Santa with muscles sitting pretty on his throne, drinking meat out of the skull of his fallen enemy or something. But he's waiting in grand finals. These two, it's just that match. You want stamina is a very big thing here. That was a very intense match on clay. Could someone give out and start giving up more and more points? And if attrition starts taking effect, that only works more in Santa with Muscle's favor, especially since he's sitting on winner's advantage. But now we're on lawn, and this is Jordy's domain. You saw that curve? That is Jordy's bread and butter. I hazard to say he does that better than nobody else.
Oh, for sure. Jordy Costa, not, Jordy the man, has very wide developable curves. Developmental. It likes to really develop downfield and go sharp. But it never goes sharp enough that it likes to touch the net or touch the walls. So with that and your use of those crazy curves, these wider stages really benefit Jordy because they give them a lot of time to throw a lot of different shots. Fortunately, Wessel is pretty good at recovering mostly anything, but Jordy's kind of a master of finding holes and sticking with them, like that one.
Look, that is a 14-0 point hole there, Whistle. My God.
That's tough. It's that high-level play. The gaps between players are so crazy, and you end up wondering, I put in so much. I'm working so hard. What more can I even do?
It just goes to show you, there's always someone stronger. That's the long and short. There is always someone stronger.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yep. It's just, I won't get into it because it would tell another story, but look at that. He psyched him out.
It's just a simple curve along the wall. After throwing nothing but complex, interesting Levy shots, sometimes it's just like return to basics. They won't expect it. They'll think I'm going to throw them like some doozy, how you do kind of thing,
Laughy.
Sometimes the best answer is just a straight punch to the mouth,
Absolutely. Sometimes the best choice, sometimes the obvious choice is the best choice. As I'm sure both of these players know very well. It's, man, I just
weaving and bobbing. You can see Jordy is like trying to do some sort of rhythm. He's wasting time, for sure. He cares about getting that timer down, less times to score, less opportunities. But he's doing this thing to really try to teach Fireball to stay near the bottom.
And not only that,
big payout to allow him to get around him.
Yeah. Now, and not only that, it's a tie right now. This favors Jordy heavily because it'll put him up 2-0. Nice shot.
Wonderful diagonal shot. Right in the 5. That sucks. Fireball can't do anything with this little time remaining.
Yeah, that's even if he got a 5 points, that's still a win for Jordy. Batman couldn't even have made a better gamble.
But it's not over yet because Jordy has to win one more time.
Correct. Yes, it is 3 out of 5. As rough as could Fireball be going for a character switch? I think we got a G. Scott weekend, ladies and gentlemen. He's changing things. He's knowing his back is against the wall.
Unfortunately, without having, as we said, Clay is not in effect. He has to diversify his toolkit.
Yep.
If he feels more like he can play a better Scott on tiled to be able to put the pressure on, then by all means. The only problem is that he is stuck with Gary.
Exactly.
If he wins this, he's going to have to stick with him no matter where he goes. And it might be a long stage where Gary's not going to be as advantageous to him here as he is here.
At the very least, though, it's like comedian Chris Porter said. I'm bringing out my best material tonight because I'd rather win here, live to fight another day, rather than go home knowing I had an ace up my sleeve. G. Scott on tiled may be the ace up Fireball's sleeve, so at least it's 3-2 instead of 3-1. So I agree with it, but I'd like to... Fireball's pulling out all the stops, and against second best jammer NA, you have to. Also, I want to give a special shout-out to Mr. Blitz, our boy from Latin America, who's running the scene down there. He's commentating this tournament in Spanish today. Very excited about that. When we have LAN events again, I want to see if someone's going to go through the Spanish announce table for any of my wrestling fans there. But
for sure.
Mr. Blitz, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Blitz. So far, it's been very stable since Jordy put points on the board a little while ago. I could see like some of those straight shots, some of those curves that come out pretty early, giving G. Scott a lot of pressure at the net. But the problem is that you got to play that flawlessly. Gary is notable for having the worst mobility in the game, and if you're not reading everything, like that's it. No point.
Case in point. Unfortunately, Jordy is now at match point as the ghost of Santa with muscles looms in front of him. Where are we going? Goes into the air again. Nice super lob. Going for that 5-point zone. Fireball was ready for it. He goes again into the air. Wow, so much for conditioning. Super Curve gets a 3 points. Now, attrition may be taking its toll on Fireball. After the matches he had with you and how he played his heart out on Clay against Jordy. It's just, you only got so much fuel in the tank, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, for sure. And that can really get to you, especially in a game like this where it's nothing but split-second reactions and tiny little movements. But Fireball puts 3 points on the board, reminding us that he is still alive. He is not going to go quietly into this night. He is fighting with every breath in his body. And by God, is he going to put on a show. And there's 5 more points with a nice curve that bounces straight into the 5 zone.
If you're going to go down in a blaze of glory. Fireball's trying to do it.
Fireball's stuck right now in the back. He doesn't want to be there, and he wants to approach, but Jordy being up at the net really is a bad place for him to be. This could be a good chance for him to approach. The only problem is, Gary's got bad mobility. It's hard, it's easy to hit around him. And while if you stay in the back, you can get most things, especially on tiled, it's going to be a tough place to hold. Tiled is unique for having 2 5s in the corners, unlike Peach, and that means there's 2 opportunities for your opponent to catch up.
Yep.
And good job, Jordy, winning it out at the last second with that big super that G. Scott just can't catch, man. He just can't catch it.
That was a clinic by Jordy, and it's just, I mean, I'm always impressed by the top-level players and what they're capable of doing with this game. Jordy, with the exception of Clay, Jordy made Fireball, he made short work of Fireball like Santa made short work of him. It's just that the pecking order stands. But,
and it's a shame. Fireball's been at this for so long.
Yeah.
He's one of our most active community members. He's working on a script to help us look at like curves and how the game reads it, because it's basically an illusion. But he's fighting so hard, and he plays the game so much. But at the end of the day, Jordy can do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't matter how much time you dump into something. You can keep grinding forever. But there could always be somebody better than you.
Now, I want to mention that, of course, the Matcherino is currently at $332.30. So we made $300, ladies and gentlemen. That is our pot. If you want to keep contributing, you can. Voice of God, how much time do we have left to contribute to the Matcherino?
We have plenty of time. I believe the Matcherino's open for a couple of hours because the event is not over. That's right. Frosty Faustings is going on right now across multiple streams with multiple games. If you look down beneath the stream at the Twitch ad panels, you can actually, there's a link called Event. Click that, take a quick link, and take a quick look at all of the other games being played right now. But quick shout outs to Matcherino. You can type in a code. That code is Frosty Faustings XIII Windjammers, or FFXIIIWJ, and that kicks a free 50 cents over to the winner's pot. But go check out their mouse pads. I have one myself, and it's pretty slick, just straight up. So contribute to the Matcherino, !Matcherino right now. But now
we can get $350.
Yeah. Hey, so man, every dollar goes to our awesome players who put in all this time and effort to be so good at this silly little game that's just Pong.
It's a Pong on. I'm not going to go.
Pong and Street Fighter 2 is described by the developers who are in the process of making Windjammers 2. And trust me, we've seen the art. I am excited.
Me too, man. Me too. It's
the third place at that big tournament. I can tell you that game rules, and I hope you are all excited for it in the future.
God knows we are. And the thing is, Kotaku put it this way: the art is like something straight out of a '90s Saturday morning cartoon, and like I'd like to see a Windjammers anime happen. I'm just saying, but we're waiting for it. Now, I actually have an idea for one in my head. But,
I never thought of that, Freaky. I never thought
of it. It's
of a
obvious.
Windjammers anime. No, I had not thought of that.
Well, I'll tell you what's obvious now. Santa with Muscles versus Jordy in our grand finals.
Grand
it's all come
finals.
to this, ladies and gentlemen. Segue.
All you. I'm shutting up.
No worries. So, once
After
again,
the last time the two of them played, it's going to be a real fight. Jordy's going to have to go all the way for the bracket reset. And I don't know if he's got it. But if anyone's going to fight and anyone's going to stand and defy the odds, Jordy is the guy to do it.
absolutely. He is definitively best jammer NA, second best jammer NA. But Santa with Muscles is just... can you even begin to talk about the psychological effect of, coming at Santa with Muscles with a full head of steam and then going through winners finals the way you did? And again, not to diminish Jordy. This is not to diminish Jordy at all. Jordy is amazing at this game, at Catherine, at other games. But it's just, now not only do you have to beat Santa with Muscles, you have to do it 6 times.
That's
Six
rough.
times.
It's rough with a guy that you don't typically beat, a guy that you have fought on numerous occasions and have trouble with. But
Winner's advantage is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Santa with Muscles is holding all the cards. And right now, Santa with Muscles is still holding all the cards as Jordy can't even get any points in. Santa with Muscles already ahead by 8. Just, the
Santa
attrition is
in
real, ladies and
complete
gentlemen.
control. Jordy's trying to nudge up to the net and make some offense happen, but he's just not able to. Santa's doing a great job of throwing interesting shots that go right around the body of a very, very wide man. And I mean that. The middle characters are very wide. They got the largest hitboxes in the game. And
Wait, I thought G. Scott had the largest hitbox.
he has the tallest. They're really, the shoulder to shoulder, they're some of the best in the game.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So it's not an easy shot to get around these guys sometimes. Their shoulder pads love to catch things. Their feet love to catch things. But
Good.
Santa's real good at it. I mean, again, that's what's going to happen when you've got hundreds and hundreds of hours, traveled around the world, fought for the best of it, proven that he is one of the best and he can hang with no one else besides those French people that continue to be on top. 40 seconds are already out. It's been a tough fight. You can see Jordy has spent a lot of this tournament hanging in the back, just being calm, being cool. Doesn't need to really push himself to get up front and score, but Santa's forcing him out of that comfort zone, especially because he's not doing as good of a job at holding defense the whole game. Mind you, not because his defense is bad. It's because Santa with Muscles is picking up tiny ticks and tiny little optimizations, but good job running that Jordy custom all the way across the bottom.
Now, Captain Jean-Luc J.
Oh my
Picard once said-
lord, really? He missed?
Listen,
That's a hell of a lob.
it is possible to make no
Jordy
mistakes.
is mounting momentum. Oh my lord. 20 seconds remaining and Jordy is taking the lead and taking it by the handlebars.
And he needs to do that. He needs to do that 11 more times after this, man.
Oh, for sure. And that's a big order. But
Yeah.
everything starts with a single step. And if anyone can do it, Jordy is the guy to do it.
Just as
As
long
long
as
as he
a
can prevent a
5-footer
five.
doesn't get past him, and it won't.
Good job.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the kick-up drop that we usually see in order to solidify the timeout win. But Jordy's just, oh man, I can't imagine what it's like where he is right now. I can't imagine how tense. I know how I'd feel if I was in his position. Ooh, he snuck that one past, and he needed it. Let's
I'm
try it
imagining
again.
both players are so focused right now that they may not have even known that the timeout was coming. Just because, we normally do see at the end of a match, at the end of a set, if it's about to time out, somebody will just kind of kick it up or lob it gently. But in this case, both players are hammer and tongs going at it as best they can. Jordy looking for any entrance possible. Santa with Muscles simply denying him.
Go
It's tough.
for it.
It's really tough. You stand by. You fought this man 100, 1,000, a million times.
A lot of times.
The two of them know each other's patterns, their own. Okay, that's just mean.
Yeah.
That's just cruel and unusual.
K Vessel. That's
You know,
K
in
Vessel.
in
so's
2, it
that.
doesn't even behave like that. But ugh. Yeah,
It's
it's
just
so much. Jordy spends so much of the round on top, having a good score, playing good defense, and then you slip up a little bit, and that's it. Santa's got the lead. Ho,
This
ho, ho.
is Le Passif, ladies and gentlemen. This is the North American rivalry. But
Oh.
Santa with muscles, my God!
These curve shots are unreal. The amount of control Santa is to do these crazy. These are like some of the probably like back right to top right kind of curves that you don't see very often. And he's just throwing them out like they're nothing. Like, it's just another thing that I have. And it's crazy. It's crazy that has so much control of the stage and he's got so much control of his character. But that's what happens when you just set your nose to the grindstone forever.
Look, sometimes you gotta throw stuff against the wall and just see what sticks. But a lot of stuff is sticking for Santa right now. And when you have winner's advantage, you have a little bit of room to experiment. But it's... Man, I would hate to be in Jordy's position right now. I'll say that.
And Jordy takes it to a wider stage. I get where he's coming from. It seems like that tight defense just isn't really giving him any kind of advantage right now. And coming back off of another set with Santa, you have to try to rework your strategies, do anything you can to get the little edge. And I mean, the wide stage gives Jordy enough room to do his curves.
Right, but...
Enough room to do his shots, but
still, K Vessel has the longest dash in the game, and in the hands of a player like Santa with muscles, I mean, it's... will the wideness of the stage be a factor in Jordy's favor?
I'd certainly hope for Jordy's sake that he's able to make the wide stage work for him.
I want to see a fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. You can see it. Santa has gotten a lot of cool stuff thrown at him, and he's just nothing. No reaction, no anything.
Let's go for it again.
We are 70 seconds deep into this match, and the first points have just been scored. Wide curve. That's the kind of stuff that Jordy's good at. Those shots that catch a player without getting that dash they committed to frame one. It's a wonderful shot. And if Jordy can just throw a few more of those, sprinkle those in with his good patented defense, that's all it's going to take. Especially with Santa up at the net with all that aggression. Lobbing to waste some time, and at the end,
He didn't let it drop.
Sometimes you just got to catch it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Playing like a gentleman. No disrespect here. Oh, sometimes disrespect's a little fun. But, it's, what was I going to say? It's... Jordy got that set. He needs to do it again, as we know, to at least get him on the board. But he's already doing better than he was in winners finals. So, and of course, with Dave's, it's... I mean, I shouldn't be surprised that they're avoiding bumpers, but still. Neither of
Kate
these
Wessel
guys...
has historically had a big advantage on concrete.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that takes out half your bumper stages right there. Jordy's picking, he wants to try to get any little bit of advantage. And right now, these wide stages might just be the only advantage he can get. And if that's what it can take to score or win on the board, hey man, whatever works.
Absolutely. Look, Machiavelli, the ends justify the means. Very much so when it comes to Windjammers. There ain't no mercy on these courts.
60 seconds. Gone.
Yep.
Scores? None.
High-level Windjammers.
It's incredible. These players are so good at really... I keep emphasizing this because it's really hard to get every little bit of your goal zone under attack. There's a lot of places your shots like to go because of where your position, where the rebounds go. But there are other curves and other cool shots that can get them into unique and interesting places. And these players especially are a master at finding ways to get into those spots that you don't defend because they don't come up very often. And we're going to time. We are going to time.
And that's a win for Jordy.
Just 99 seconds, no score. Good job, Jordy, for keeping it all the way. That's 1-1. One step towards victory.
Your boy's on the board.
Let it be known, no matter what, that Jordy is not going down without a fight. Santa bringing it back to another narrow stage. He had a real overwhelming advantage on beach. It does not surprise me that he wants to try to replicate it, but tiled's different. Matches can slide away from you a lot faster on tiled. 2 5 zones are a lot more than one. You can't play strong defense to prevent it. And a lot of shots like to go up to the top or bottom. And while you can expect it, well, I mean, but Chad out here trying to get Jordy his energy. Let's see if they can really transmit it. Jordy seems to be way more in the groove, though, especially after that 0-0 game. Ooh, nice, smart slide.
Yeah. Yeah.
By
Reset
not
that
catching the
momentum a
disc.
little bit.
By not catching the disc and just letting it go into him, it gave him a chance to take a breather, get the
Yup.
disc into his favor. It's risky though, because if the shot can go a little bit farther, it'll knock him straight into the goal.
Yep.
Worked out well, changed the pace of the game, and maybe just those little tempo bumps are all you can do to catch your opponent with his pants down. The French, especially players like Tuxosaurus, are really good at just controlling the game. Really good at making the game their own, and a lovely lob.
We got a
Getting up
game,
to that
ladies
five.
and gentlemen.
Tile, man, it's so anything can happen, and another 5. Two 5
Anything.
zones are crazy.
I love those 5-point zones. But
Uh,
to live
20
by them
seconds
is to
remaining.
die by them.
we got all you got to do is
That was an accident. It was an accident, I swear to God.
10 seconds remaining. Jordy needs the hole. The 5 zones are prevalent. There's 2 of them. It's hard to guard, but dropping one right behind Santa.
And he
Oh.
dropping one right behind him and winning by score. That's huge.
That's giant. That's massive. I can't believe it. What a wonderful way to close that out. Jordy is still alive. 3 points. Good. Those shots are gone. A lot of the bounces, if you're holding a stick in the direction thinking you're going to walk or you've already caught the disc, ready to throw your shot, you get slid straight into the back. So if it bounces in a way that you're not ready for, I guess that's 3 points for your opponent.
Jordy is ahead right now. We're about a third of the way into this set. If he can hold on to this lead, he'll pull
Ooh.
ahead. A far cry from what we saw in winners finals. Like I said, anything is possible. We go again into the air. Nice super lob.
Oh,
And
5 by the edge of the hitbox.
Yep.
That's gross. That's mean. Santa's only 1-5 away from closing out the set, but Jordy's still in it. Only 3 points behind. Ooh, good conversion. And we got a good super volley with a lot of converting, but
Wow.
it hit the wall and bounced right into where Jordy was by just a little bit. It was enough to send him reeling back into the net. 6 points behind, 30 seconds remaining. Jordy is not out of this yet, but it's a tough place to stand, especially when Santa's been so good at holding points away for so long.
Even so, Jordy's up 1-0 right now in this game. So even if he loses this one, he does still have a shot. And of course, it is 1-1. So this is far from over.
We are in a dead tie in both sets and games right now. The only advantage right now is Santa City and Winner's side. But aside from that, we are dead, and I mean dead even.
Mm-hmm.
Jordy trying to take back control. This is Santa's counter pick. Winning here would be huge because that means that Jordy has more stage picks towards the end.
Yup.
He
And of
needs
course,
to win this if he wants a great chance.
stage picks reset upon reset, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
And if the characters wanted to change,
Yep,
you
yep,
legally
yep.
can.
Legal. Nice super volley right there. Getting it. That was a no dash super. Nice.
That was a very good super. I am surprised how, it's good. Lucky for Santa, it was only a 3-pointer. But 3 points
Still.
are all it can take sometimes. That could be the...
Exactly.
I was going to
Unless
say...
you're Santa with muscles.
Oh, wow, what a curve! I think Santa
Wow.
misinputted. You could see him flex his arm up and not dash. I was really fortunate for Jordy.
Yeah, really fortunate for Jordy, but it's a mistake we all make. Sometimes you move faster than you need. You move faster than you need to, for lack of better words. But it goes in the air again. Santa with muscles, charging that super right quick, firing it at Jordy, stopping it cold. Here we go again. Super curve off the wall.
30 seconds
Now we're
remaining.
playing-
This is a tough one. All Jordy has to do again is hold. But Santa could take the lead with a single shot. It's not out of the question. So
Exactly. You know, you said all Jordy has to do is hold.
that'll do it.
Not
What a
only does he
wonderful
hold-
curve shot. Oh my lord. Dude,
That's
you know,
wow.
this is not the same Jordy who got sent down to losers. I
Not
am
at all.
impressed.
Maybe Jordy found his rhythm, because that Okay, so the game before, he was able to continually throw the disc behind Santa, not allowing Santa a chance to catch back up. This may be Jordy, who has found his rhythm and may be able to, finish this set for one and take us to Deadass Grand Finals. But will Jordy beat Santa with muscles? Stay tuned to find out.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Windjammers Z.
I'm not a big fan of this pick for Santa. I mean, never to say that any stage is a bad pick, but Jordy just came off, besides that tile win, a win on another wide body stage.
Yes.
Aside from the expanding 5-zone, like Stadium and Lawn are very, very similar.
Indeed. But
I'm not sure what trying to advantage he's doing, but to be fair, I don't even know if Santa knows where to go anymore.
And even then, it's just like, obviously, Jordy's up 2-1. So this will not, if Jordy wins here, it's not going to take it off the table for another game. So it's, I agree with you, questioning the choice of this stage. But I mean, you don't want to go to Lawn because Jordy had your number there. You can't go back to Beach because you won the first game. It's just, you don't want to go to a bumper stage. So it's...
I mean, Concrete wouldn't be a bad place. And after how good he did on Clay during the last set, it wouldn't have been a bad place to go. But we're talking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Santa's sitting 3 point ahead with only 20 seconds remaining.
Yep.
What can Jordy do to get those points on the board?
I can't believe Jordy's ahead right now. This is a match. I love it. Just like, especially
8
after...
seconds remaining. Oh, Lord. What a... Oh, they're just showing those same shots, and that Supersonic was really good.
Was
what a shame, and we let it drop. There's no respect here. Just cold-blooded.
Listen.
The time was up. He could have caught it, but he doesn't care.
Santa's
Christmas
played
time is over. Santa ain't got no more warmth left in him.
No. It's even easier than that. Santa's played too long with the French and has picked up their their winning habits.
But we've got a wonderful, wonderful attempt. Jordy is still not out, and he gets stage selection on the next one in case he loses this.
Yep.
But it's not out of his power to win this. Stadium is still a great stage for Jordy. Though these big curves, he's really dancing around those corners. I really like what he's doing. I really like those curves that don't hit the wall are so deceiving.
Yes.
Getting to the very corner is really tricky because if you don't dash right when you're out of the way, you could hit a wall, you could hit the net. But it's not working. It's just not getting past him. Santa has seen these tricks too many times and said, listen, I've read your book. I don't like your book. I left a 1-star review on Amazon. I think it needs more time.
That's really cruel. That's
no scoring. No scoring at all.
1-star review on Amazon is really what puts that over the top. That's just mean.
You know what else is mean? It's just Santa's complete lockdown.
Yeah. It's
Jordy
just
is throwing
nothing.
everything.
20 seconds left. Scored.
Curves.
0.
A single score can tip it in Jordy's favor.
Yeah.
And that was a really good super. Ended up right at the bottom corner, but Santa just not even phased.
I thought that was going through. It's just, dude, Fightcade 2 netcode for Windjammers, man. So lucky to be playing
wonderful
this
time.
game.
But and 1 second remaining. Oh, wonderfully done. Good job, Santa.
2-2.
I can't believe it.
God.
Where does Jordy go? Where does he feel comfortable? This is it. This is elimination point. Either Jordy's able to get a reset or... Where does he go? Where does he go?
Do it. Yeah.
Clay, baby.
We're going
All right,
to Clay.
The bumpers are here.
Play, dude. All right, so bumpers are on the field, ladies and gentlemen. This may be our ultimate set for Frosty Faustings online. Frosty Faustings 13 online. Ooh, right off the back of Vessel's skull. And right away, we got a slugfest here, ladies and gentlemen. The
competitors weaving in and out of bumper usage. It's been up. Already, some of these shots are real tricky. I would this match can go either way at any second, and that's a great way to show it.
Yeah, that's a good start for Santa with muscles. Almost a third of the way through this set.
Ooh,
wow!
What a sailor's knot. Wonderfully shot.
That was perfect. That was perfect. Here we go again. Vessel super. Jordy was ready for it. Goes off the bumpers. guys. I'm really tense. I'm on the edge of my seat with this, man. We could be on the verge of a reset, but Santa with Muscles still has points on the board. Any score will alter the trajectory of this game.
It kissed the bumper on the side, and it didn't pop it up. All it did was bounce it back, and yet Jordy still caught it? What a wonderful play. But, ooh, and these curves, and now they hit the bumpers and just become flat lines. And yet both players are still catching everything.
Frankie, you talk about awakened Sandman a lot. When Sandman, hits his stride and really gets going in terms of his defense, I think what we're looking right now is Jordy's stride because he does not move.
Just tying shoelaces
You
around
might be
the
right.
bumpers.
To be blunt, you might be right.
Oh.
It's so deliberate. Everything
not-
Jordy does is so deliberate right now.
It
Yeah,
really
that was
is.
deliberate.
And
What we talked about last time, Sano doing it was cold because whether or not he caught it did not make a difference. But Jordy did that because dropping a disc kills a ton of time. And Jordy doing that gave him just that little edge to make sure he had it.
I was about to say, at this point, it's about survival.
For sure. And 3 points immediately, Santa getting two wonderful bumper shots, but lots of time left on the board, and with bumpers, anything is on the table. Ooh, wonderful super, and it catches the side of Wessel's body. And when that happens, there's a lot of things that can happen. You can catch it with your head. Ooh, no! Santa's just wonderfully shooting these. The supers can sometimes cause your body to drag with it, but it can also cause it to pop up with your head, and that's completely luck-based.
Conversions!
Santa's a genius.
Sign of the cross. Oh my
After such a shutdown, Santa's like, okay, I see you dropped it. No more. We're done. Funny times are over, pal.
God. I felt that all the way over here.
3 points for Jordy on a crazy curve shot off the bumper. Jordy is playing for his life, and Santa is playing for the pot. Let's see if Jordy can stay alive and get his stab at the lion's share.
There is way too much time to determine who will win this because, like Santa immediately ties it up, there is way too much time to know if we are going to be going to Deadass Grand Finals or if we will be going to the end credits, as it were. I want Jordy to win. This is his game. I want Jordy to win.
Out of his mind. This is some of the best. Oh, that slow curve! Santa was expecting faster movement, but he got the really good serve lineup. You don't expect that. It's only a couple of pixels, but when it does it, it's the bottom corner and in the blender.
God.
Next score
We're down to
can
the
take it.
wire. Next goal's gonna take it. It's gonna happen. Oh
good
my
bumper.
God!
A pop up right up to the edge and goes to the corner to go for a reset. What's Jordy going to do? Oh, right to where his corpse was. He got a pop up and just by a pixel. Santa with Muscles is your Frosty Fausting champion. What
Holy
a
hell.
wonderful job he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a bracket. Oh my God, because Jordy taking two games off of Santa is worth. I'm speechless. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our top 8. We have our winners. Santa with Muscles coming in first. Jordy coming in second. Fireball, respectful third. And for some reason, it won't render his number. But Warp Whistle in fourth. That was a great game. And I am excited to know if Jordy keeps this up, if he will at one day be able to overtake Santa with Muscles and replace him.
I definitely think he can. Look, anything is possible. Ridley is playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Anything is possible, all right? So the thing is, we know that it's his goal to pass Delaware and take his place on top of the Windjammers heap. But it's just, we've seen him get better and better, closer and closer every single time. It may not seem obvious, but after taking 2 games off of Santa with Muscles today, and it literally came down to the last shot, last set, last game for a reset. Look, when Windjammers 2, the playing field's level again, we're going to see things that we've never seen before. Jordy, it is most certainly possible that he bypasses Santa with Muscles. Whether or not that happens before Windjammers 2, that is the question, in my opinion.
That is the question. So,
Yes.
folks,
All the
thank you.
determination.
Folks, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Before we go, I would like to do two things. I would like to show you some of our sponsors that made this event happen, and
Yes.
Warp is going to tell us a little bit more about them in great detail.
Oh, for sure. Now, if you go right on to our virtual artist alley at frostyfausting.com/AA2021, you can find lots of cool stuff. Got some art, got some of your fighting game parts and different stick stuff. You even find the legendary Popcorn Baron that all the Frosty Fausting fans are
I
yearning
miss
for.
Popcorn Baron. Don't talk about the Popcorn Baron. I missed
him so. Yeah. But we also have our official merch store. Both you can go through and order them individually, or you can order all of this stuff through Matcherino. You got this
Matcherino?
lovely-
What's
this lovely
that?
T-shirt and hat and everything, and everyone loves the hoodie. Everyone always loves the hoodie, but Matcherino has these exclusive, lovely Frosty Fausting artwork. You can get us a nice Street Fighter versus VSAV, as well as this gorgeous Soul Calibur one. They're great for playing card mats, or just need a mouse pad for those who like a more, level surface.
I literally have the 2018 art as my mouse pad. It makes a great mouse pad. Pick one up today.
And then coming up, Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, I know a lot of you have been excited. This has been the biggest tournament ever for Accent Core Plus R, and you know why that is? Because rollback netcode sells. You don't have to be in person to get a really good experience. We just showed you that in Windjammers, and guess what? Guilty Gear Strive will have rollback. It's got lovely characters with 15 playable characters at launch and more to come in the first season. And let me tell you, some big favorites are coming April 19th. Grand Blue is a game that's already out. Got out right before the pandemic hit, and let me tell you, it's been churning out cool characters ever since. It's very much an anime Super Turbo. It's got very accessible battle system for beginners and the deep ways that like Super Turbo with little frame data and little challenges. You're gonna find probably something to love in there. It's nominated for awards. I think you should come pick it up. But what I'm excited for, truthfully, is Skullgirls. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since a new character's come, and the mobile game has been really cool. She's played this new character, Annie, who you may know from Beowulf's story in the game, is already in the mobile game and is coming to the game soon. How soon? I don't know. Maybe you should check out Top 8. Maybe they'll have something to say. But Them's Fighting Herds is also sponsoring us, published by everyone's favorite The Humble Store. This is one of the best Kickstarter games I've ever played. Don't let the art style fool you. Like, this pony stuff this game is really intense. The Marvel combos are really fun, and the netcode is perfect. Based off the same kind of netcode infrastructure Skullgirls has.
Buy the
Look at
deer.
this cool merch.
Get it here.
Yeah, here at TFH.Gaming Generations, you can get this sick little velvet, as well as a t-shirt for all the games, and all these sick little badges and patches. And then Under Night and Birth, there was a really nice, very, very nice exhibition for it earlier in the week. And I think you guys really enjoy the new edition with brand new characters, including Akatsuki from Akatsuki Blitzcomp, and even a character from Melty Blood. We got the brand new collector's edition on sale here with physical stuff, and I think it's worth your time. But what else is worth your time is Hitbox. If you never felt like an arcade stick was in your hands, but never felt like a controller was either, maybe Hitbox is for you. It's got buttons for everything. It's minimal, it's sleek, it's perfect, it's beautiful to look at.
I will
it's
also
good for PS4, PS5, PS3, Switch, and your PC games, right out of the box.
I will also add, I know somebody who uses a hitbox because it is friendly towards his hands. Take care of your hands. Take a try. Take a stab at hitbox. See what it does for you.
Yeah, Daigo Kawasano,
Hitbox.
Cloud805, Kaudayada, Invasion. So many big players use this thing. And if you go over to hitboxarcade.com/frosty, I don't know, you might be able to help us out a little too. Now, I know, I've tried to sell you in a lot of things, but you want to have something that costs no money to try? Fantasy Strike. Got online play. You got every character available from the beginning. You don't have to grind. You don't have to do that thing where you leave your GameCube on for 20 hours, Nintendo, to unlock E2. Yeah, no, it's all available from the start.
I've played Fantasy Strike. It is a great game to introduce some very basic fighting mechanics. And I gotta say, it's fun to play. It is pretty. Play Valerie. I don't like it. I don't like Satsuki, but play Valerie. Enjoy Fantasy Strike today.
And then Metafy. Oh man, Metafy is a real cool website. It's brand new, and they're bringing together the best players in the world across every game to help you. Yes, you right there.
Who
Win
did
more
we
with the best
find?
one-on-one coaching available.
because we looked on Metafy the other day. Who did we find on that site, Warp?
We just have Mewtwo King, one of the best in Smash, can teach you in any Smash game you want.
Interesting.
Skeletal Minion, one of the best ABA player in all of Guilty Gear is there. Like, not only fighting games, there's like CSGO, mobiles, like all kinds of games. And you can find coaches and some of them are as low as 15. Some of them will do reviews of your matches for free. They don't take a single cut of any of the things that you pay for. They're bringing people together and they're going to help you get better. And if you visit metafy.gg, they can help us. And we got to thank them especially because they're the reason that we get shiny, nice medals. They're
Thank you,
generous.
Metafy.
And they've been handing out a lot of money to help the FGC grow. And I cannot speak enough good about them.
Hey, Frankie, if I want to get better at Windjammers, where can I go?
Windjammers Wednesdays, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost 2 years running. In fact, I believe in 2 weeks will be our 2 years anniversary. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we meet on the Jam the Win Discord, which was founded by our very own Fireball. We meet up, we practice, we just sit and chill. So like I said, all are welcome. If you want to level up, or even if you just want some company on a Wednesday night, you come on over. We're waiting for you.
I live stream it every week on twitch.tv/warpwhistle. You can find my channel there. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, I'm on Fightcade Reliably, and I'm on PS4 if people ask, as well as Switch, because those are all the platforms. We're not on Vita. Dude, I'm sorry. It's not Vita TV compatible.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, folks. We've got an entire year of Windjammers Wednesdays in order to train up for the next Frosty Faustings confirmed. January 28th and 29th in 2022. Warp, what else you got to say about this?
It's a brand new place. We took a look around it in Google Maps. There's so many cool things. There's a mall within walking distance with lots of good restaurants across the street. It's this beautiful venue, not too far from the airport. You're going to love it. It's going to really stick with you, I think. It's coming out January 28th and 29th, as my friend said. Get ready to get your reservations as soon as they pop up. And I'm going to be real. You're going to probably see me there next year. I'm here to try to conquer some live events. Ever since
you got no excuse, you better be there. And the thing is, it's
sleeping on air mattresses all the way.
Well, folks, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm going to cut Frankie off one more time because it's funny every time. But we're going to go ahead.
I have to say, though.
What you got? What you got?
I will be commentating Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Top 8 on the Low Kick stream. That'll be coming up in about an hour and a half or so. It'll be me and Uchi. Please come out. Support one of our sister communities. You know, Battle for the Grid's right there with Pokin, Catherine, Dead or Alive, Sailor Moon S, sister communities of the Windjammers community. They've helped us. We got to show our support as well. This is one for the little man. Not just for me, just for Windjammers in general. I just wanted to say that.
All right,
support
folks.
The rest of the Matcherino is also not just us.
Yes, Matcherino.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please, our Matcherino isn't closed. There's lots of other Matcherinos, cool games. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Mortal Kombat 11. Skullgirls with its $3,000 pot. You could still contribute and make those top players get an even better sum of money. There's no money in fighting games, man. Only through contributions from players like you do these people get to go home and win grand cash prizes. So
and eat.
Yeah, we thank you so much for all the $333.30. That's lovely, guys. I really appreciate it.
Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Frankie and Warp, thank you very, very much for your time here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to stick around. We're going to be rating Low Kick Esports. But before we do that, check out this video that I found on a late Friday night.
That is bullshit. Blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the word kill me, I don't need a new